lanes. I've been driving this train, years in this lane. There's no stopping this flame, cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say.
Welcome back, guys. How's everybody doing? JR?
Oh, good, thank you.
How are those barbecue? Okay, right. JR, how's those barbecue chips though?
They're the best flavor.
Okay, the best flavor. All right. Guys, what is the weather doing where you are? I'm gonna go with you, Ryan, first.
Looks cloudy. Like it might rain soon, but I'm not sure.
Okay, is it still warm there? Or
Oh yeah. It's like September, like I said, it's August part 2. So you in the 90s, 90 plus.
Oh wow, yeah, I forgot. I'm talking about Texas, so yeah, I should have known. Right. Okay, what about you, JR?
Yeah, the weather here is quite schizophrenic. So we have like periods of sun, but we have so much rain every day, and then it clears up after like 5 minutes. So
okay. So you guys got something in common with Houston, huh?
Yeah, it's very cool. Summer's completely finished.
Well, the cool part, yeah, I mean not the cool part, but it rains and 5 minutes later it's cleared up. That's the part.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, Ryan, when I was growing up, Houston was the first place I ever saw a rainbow when I was a kid. Like it would rain there, then the sun would come right back out and it would be a rainbow in the sky every summer.
Yep, with the quick downpours, and then back in Michigan, Detroit, if it rains, it's gonna drizzle all day.
Exactly. All day. Right. Yeah, so but here we got it pretty good. It made it up to about 83 today, and it's still nice and sunny outside. We got a few more hours of sun left today. Guys, if you're in the chat, drop down and let us know where you are and what the weather is doing where you are. Okay, guys, what did you think of this episode? Just briefly before we jump into the particulars. What did you think of this episode, Ron?
I thought it was a good episode. I like the way they were kind of pausing it a lot, to kind of build some kind of suspense, which is hard to do when you basically down to the 3 couples, so you kind of already know in your head how you think it's going to play out. But I think they did the best they could to try to switch it up. Put a little drama in it. Do what they can to try to so it don't be as predictable as it was. So
yeah. Did anybody, Ryan, did you ever find out, if you can let us know, did you ever find out why we got that mid season break with Philadelphia?
I never, I didn't find out exactly. Like I said, I just think they were trying something new, or it's always even that, or it's a budget situation with Ready to Love. It's always something with the money. So maybe another show came, had to fill that spot for a second, or TV first. I don't think it had anything to do with the cast.
No, not the cast, right? Okay.
Yeah. I just think they just had to make a TV decision. So
okay. I'm noticing as I was checking out Ready to Love's finale, this episode, that they were mentioning that, what is it? I think Love and Marriage Huntsville is going on mid-season hiatus. So maybe that's going to be an own trademark. Like the shows will play so many episodes and then they'll go to a break. I don't understand that, but if you're in the chat or you're in the replay gang crew, please let us know what you know, because we want to know. What do you think, JR?
Yeah, I think the episode itself, it was interesting, entertaining. Drew a conclusion to the end of the season in a way that I could follow. There wasn't too many surprises. As for the break, you know how sore I am about the break. I don't think it was necessary at all, especially considering what we got for the remaining 6 episodes. It's unjustifiable. So I definitely would like to know what we're thinking. They probably lost a lot of followers, to the show. Some people lost interest and have given up on the show. So we're diehard though, and we wanted to see it through. So for the people that stayed watching, I think it was quite entertaining.
Yeah, I do. I think, well, this episode, a few things kind of surprised me. Oh, hey, Braylon, how you doing? I just want to shout out to everybody that's in the chat that I can see that's chatting with us. If you're not in the bushes, Reza, hey, Reza, got Joshua to go to Africa, Babs, of course, and Braylon Lee, whose channel I was over visiting the other day. Good to see you, Braylon. I'm about to talk to you a little bit more about that Vegas trip, because I think I want to do Vegas either this winter or next spring, but we'll talk about it. Okay. Yeah. So, okay. So we start off, guys. We end up at the cast members. What do they call it? The cast members gathering, the brunch, right? You got Cisco. Cisco's there. Everybody's there. Cisco, Tae, Angie, Hussein, and you've got what's the young lady's name? Kiara. You got Jay, and you've got Cam, and you've got Sahara, right? So they're all there, and they're waiting to see what Tommy's going to say, what's going on next. They're chit-chatting with one another, and Tommy comes in and lets them know, hey, listen, I got one more task for you ladies. The guys took you to meet their family. Now, what I want you ladies to do is take all of the gentlemen that you're interested in to meet your families. What did you guys think about that task and assignment, JR?
I think it was a little bit of overkill because you've already had the guys meet the ladies' friends, and then you met the guys' families, and that's, from what I understand, usually the formula. It's like you meet one set of friends, one set of family members, but on this season, felt like you had to meet both, and I'm not sure if it was completely necessary, but I understand why, because your family can definitely help guide your decision and based on what they see, because they're looking out for your best interest too, right? So I can understand why they did it, but I'm not sure if it was necessary, because I don't think it necessarily changed the direction of any of the relationships.
Okay. Well, but do you feel like in real life it's important for your potential new partner to meet the family, or is it just not important these days? I don't know.
No, it's definitely important. Definitely. But what they could have done is just eliminate the friends then and just have you meet each other's families.
Okay. Ron, same question to you. Do you think it's important for one's potential new partner to meet the family, or does it matter these days?
I think it's different these days. Used to be a time where that's very important. You want to, see it. You're going to be a part of that family. In your head as a man, you want to see, how she was raised, things of that nature. But the way kind of black, I hate to say this, the way the black family.
I know where you're going with this, but go ahead.
Yeah, the way the black family structure is these days, with kind of my age and younger and stuff, like it's all messed. Some of it's messed up, so they don't want you to meet the family as much. They don't have as close a relationship maybe with her mom. She don't have a close relationship with her dad. Brother is messed, so it's hard to find that good family to kind of integrate in. A lot of those, especially the real ultra independent women, they've made themselves independent because the family was all screwed up. So you get a successful woman, and she might not be close with any of her family, but she said, I had to, I knew from a young age I had to get it out the mud. So that's why, I work so hard and I'm on this and on that. So I think men want that to kind of go into the family structure. We kind of, grew up seeing that and say, oh, you could just walk into, your girl's or your wife's family house and it's accepted and stuff like that. I had that growing up, both sides. Family was real strong and accepting of each other. But out here dating, I'm, in the market. Yeah, it's been tough on getting that good family structure already together with a lot of these women, because they just don't be close to either one of the side. I'm not close to my dad. I'm close to my mom. I'm not close to my mom. I'm close to my dad, or some of them don't have either. So
yeah, that's true. Babs is saying, let's see here. She got a comment. Babs says it's very important to incorporate the new partner into special family events, especially doing like celebratory events, graduations, celebrations, weddings, things like that, and holidays. Would you agree with that, Ron?
Yeah, like I said, if the family structure is strong, but like I said, if the woman is not totally close, to all her family members and maybe even a little embarrassed on something, you might not get those cookouts. Like I know what she's talking about. I grew up like that, my family is strong structure. So I'm bringing my significant other to the family events, the family reunions. We have one every year. The cookouts, anything, dinner, meeting the family and stuff. But I was saying, yes, she has to have that strong family structure kind of too. And if she don't, it might not be a lot of events to go to.
Yeah, I got a question. Okay, Ryan, because I see you all over. I see your social media, and I know you are, like you said, you are very family oriented. You have a very close knit family, and you guys do a lot of events together. So here's the thing. Okay, so you meet your potential mate, right? She got everything that you like in a woman. She looks like she could be the one. But let's say you start taking her to your family events, and for whatever reason, she doesn't fit in. She doesn't want to socialize. She gets quiet, even though when she's around her friends, she's bubbly. How does that work out?
I think as a man, your family, so you got to support her and you have to protect her. That's your job. That's the woman that you chose. So, my parents pretty much know if they don't get along with my woman, I'm siding with her.
Okay.
For the most part, because like I said, I understand, not everybody's going to get along with my family and whatnot. So yeah, I will hope she do the same thing. Like I said, if it's a couple of her family members I don't get along with or something like that, that she has my back and kind of sides with me. So that's why I don't think it matters as much, because you guys are on your own journey. You're going to create your own household, your own structure. Yeah, your own kind of thing. And like I said, your family members better than the other person. They're not all perfect. I hope you're not thinking that about your family. You all
got that one weird uncle that's always trying to push up on your girlfriend, your lady friend, right?
Yeah,
that one auntie that's always trying to flirt with the young guy, right?
But in a perfect scenario, you want that dream kind of family structure as a man. Like I said, it's just harder on Black people, I feel. Like when I'm in at work in the corporate world, and a lot of my white colleague men, like they tell me, like here's the secret thing for how they marry, how they pick spouses. They don't marry the woman in their head. They marry the woman's father. Because it's a lot of white wealth, and there's a good chance that white woman's father has a lot of savings and stuff built up, and then
a network of professional
he can help them with
people.
Opportunities. He's gonna set them up. He just wants the guy to come in and take his daughter, and if he's a good dude and has it all together, they make that relationship. That's the son he never had. And then they join the families like that, and it's kind of a legacy type of thing. we don't really, we're just getting into the trend of generational wealth is a new topic in the Black community. It wasn't a super topic 20 years ago, 15 years ago. Leaving inheritance, leaving a legacy, those type of things are kind of new topics in our community. They've been having these discussions hundreds of years, down the line. So we're just kind of trying to catch up with it. Right. But yeah, now that we are kind of thinking about generational wealth and kind of legacies, and yeah, you do kind of need to check in with the family and say, hey, what's that family bringing to the table? What's going on? Apple usually don't fall too far for the tree. How was this person raised?
How were they raised? Yeah. All of those things. Okay, so we got to get JR in here. JR, would you agree with much of what Ron is saying about family? And if you're going to pick your potential partner over family, if they're not clicking, or how do you work that out?
Yeah, I agree with for the most part. I think the fundamental differences I have is I probably am not picking my girl over my family. And I'll also say that it is a good way to see how more in depth about your partner if you can see the family that she's raised in or see where she came from. And that's a very big indicator. But other than that, I agree with Ron. There are, I haven't dated a non-melanated woman like that, so I wouldn't know necessarily what that's like. But I have had the conversations with work colleagues, etc., where they've talked about how they met their spouse, and so the networking aspect, they can open up different avenues and things like that. When you bond with the potential father-in-law and things, I can imagine that's real. But if we just strictly keep it to Ready to Love, I'm not sure any of these guys were kind of looking at the family members thinking that they're going to build anything from them. I think it was just to basically let them have some question time, see what the intentions are, and what stage of the relationship are they at, which is still important.
Okay, so we see with uncle, cousin, nephew Tommy that he begins to talk about, after he's given the women their task of introducing the men to their family, he begins to talk about, hey, Tae, Cisco, I've been where you guys are. There was a point in time in my life where my wife had to buy me a car. She had to hold things down. But now, look at it now, she don't have to do nothing at all. And all the ladies got real excited about that. They was like, yeah, period. Yeah, they were just getting so excited about that. So, what did you think about that, Ryan? What did you think about that announcement? And we see Cisco. Cisco got very emotional behind that, because his situation right now, he doesn't have his own car, he doesn't have his own place. So I guess Tommy felt the need to kind of shout that out. What did you think about that, and how would you have felt had you been in Cisco's shoes?
Yeah, I think y'all got to remember, Tommy. We didn't. You remember a young Tommy with an afro and stuff on the comedy stage? We really didn't even know Tommy until the pranks and stuff on the Steve Harvey morning show. Tommy was older then.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So it took him a while. You know what I mean? And I've met his wife, and she's highly successful and smart and all that. So I know a lot of women were like, oh, her holding them down and after college ain't the same thing as this guy being older, but she held them down for a long time, if I'm thinking about it, because it took him a while. It took him a while. So
okay.
So I just think, like I said, women gotta look at the situation and kind of see what they're willing to adore and for love. You know what I mean? Prime example. This is in my family. I had family member married a woman. He's always had an entrepreneur spirit, even though he had a decent job.
Okay.
She saved up. She had a kid already, so she saved up. She was saving up her child support. She was working there, so she was saving that up for a rainy day investment, stuff like that. Okay. And while they were, got married and stuff like that, he found out that she had $60,000-$70,000 stashed out.
Okay, because she didn't tell him none of this. Like she was stashing.
No.
This money
She didn't tell him at first.
Okay.
He takes that money, starts a business. Business fails. Her money gone.
Ooh.
Then he moved into her house when they first got together and stuff like that. She's had that house for a long time, so she had equity in that house. Probably about $100,000 equity in that house.
Okay.
Starts his second business. Fails. Loses all that money. Now, she still believes in her man. Same thing. She hates her job now. She's going to her job every day. She's always hated this job. Third business hits. He retires her. All she does is answer the phone maybe 2 hours a week. Business a big success. He's taking care of the kids. They got a brand new house, everything you can imagine. Plus, it's his own business. So now he has a business he can pass on to her kids, their kids. You know what I mean? They built something. So now, this could be passed on from generation to generation to make sure they don't have to worry about a job or work for anybody else or things of that nature. And it is on. And the third one was the one that hit after the two. But how many ladies would have left or did something unencouraging the first two times that he lost the money? And the second thing is he really didn't have.
Hey, wait. Raise his hand, but continue on. 2 times he lost my money. Oh,
yeah. So that's kind of the mindset. But it's just money. You know what I mean? They were building something bigger. The part that people don't understand that when guys are down on their luck or they're starting a business and it's failing and things of that nature is there's still work that's being done in between. So what you're gonna do if you invested in your man and he failed, but you've seen this guy working 65 hours a week. You've seen him leaving at 6 a.m. working on that business and coming back exhausted at 8:30 at night, working to the bone. Yeah. And he does all that and he still fails. Or do you blame him? Do you not invest in him again if you just seen all that work? See, the work still has to be done. Cisco's still working on his dream. You know what I mean? It's still 60 hours being put in a week. Right? If you're making money or not, it's still the work. And what a man is trying to do is he's trying to be successful so you don't have to put in the 65 hours. He got the bigger shoulders. He got the bigger muscles. Let me put in the work.
Okay, right.
But I think people forget about the work that has to be done.
Either way, whether you're working for somebody else or whether you're working for yourself, right? You got to do the work.
You got to put in the work. So he put in the work. That's why she kept investing in him. Like, why would she do that again and would do that again? Well, she's seeing your man. She believes in him because she's seeing this dude working himself to the bone. One of these going to hit, and it did. It took 3 times. But people forget about the work that's in between. When Tommy's wife is looking at him and seeing this dude on the road, doing the chicken circle, doing all these stand-up, hitting every improv and things of that nature, trying to make it.
Not the chilling circuit. Not the chilling circuit.
Hey, you got to start. Yeah, that's how they start off. That comedy stand-up route is the hardest working, craziest business to start out of all of them. Oh, wow. And her seeing him working himself to the bone like that to try to get on and stuff. Yeah, of course, a real woman, if you really are trauma-free and you really care about your man and like men, you're going to invest in that guy seeing him work so hard.
I don't know though. We're talking about I feel you on everything what you're saying, but the thing what I just think about though is, and you guys in the chat, let me know what you think too. What is your opinion? It's different if we're 18, 19, 20, 22, 23 years old. We're in college, we're just out of college. That's one thing. But now we fast forward 20 plus years and we're in our 40s, or in her case, she's in her 30s, but she wants to have children. She's getting close to that age where, she needs to start making a decision about if she's actually going to try to have her own children or not, right? So I'm thinking like that's quite a different thing for a man to be in his 40s. And the other thing I want to know is, let me know if anybody knows this. What is his dream? Like he keeps talking about this dream that he has and this career idea. What is it that he does exactly? Because I just looked up on IG and saw him on Rise doing a Rise advertisement.
His dream. I think he wanted to be in the modeling type of a gig and maybe even train people within that. But
actor, is that what it is? JR, go ahead.
Kind of in that, in that realm.
Yeah,
but
go ahead.
I don't think age matters. Like I said, that the story I guess gave.
It does matter. We got so many years. We got so many years here on Earth, Ron. Hold up. We got so many years here on Earth. Age does matter. We're not immortal.
I'm saying, but men usually make it in their 40s. You know what I mean? So like it might not take them as long. Like I said, that third business that my family member hit, he was in his 40s. Tommy, after the morning show and all that stuff, like Tommy's probably close to his 40s before he got money.
Blew up.
Yeah. So it takes that. This is the time where it kind of happens. So
Felicia brings up a good point to what you're saying, Ron. She asked, should dreams be deferred because you're middle age? But that's one question, and that's a good question. I would say not necessarily so. No, they shouldn't be. However, the question is, though, too, if you're putting something together with someone else. So if you're a single person and you intend to be single, what you do and how you pursue your dreams is one thing. If you're a person that wants to join with someone else and have a life together, don't you have to consider that other person and make compromises? JR, I want to bring you in. What do you think?
Whether they have to make compromises or about Cisco's situation.
Let me say that again.
What would you like? Would you like me to answer? Whether you have to compromise with your partner in order to chase your dreams, or what?
Yeah, all of that. Like to what Felicia's saying. Like if you take her question and add in, even if you're middle aged, but you're trying to join your life with a partner, what do you think? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think you do have to take it into consideration, but also if you have a dream, you have ambition. And if you don't have the ambition to go after whatever it is you want to be in life, then you're probably going to regret not following that dream. So hopefully your partner is supportive. And if they're not, and they want to bounce and head out, then they can't come and look in your face when you do eventually make it.
So men got to roll the dice sometimes, and we roll the dice so y'all don't have to. Because we know you guys are not big on risk and things that we're not. You're gonna play it safe. You're gonna play it safe. But we're never gonna really make it playing it safe in this economy and how things go. So somebody's gonna have to take some risk, and it's usually better for the man to do so.
Well, what do you say about this? So to go to Africa has a point. She says that she doesn't believe that Tommy would ever encourage his successful sister or daughter to date or marry a financially unstable man over 40. What do you say to that, Ron?
Like I said, it's other factors that between that. But if I see a guy who has a plan, he has a mission, and he's working, he's putting in that work, and they need some support from there, and chasing his passion, chasing his dreams. I mean, what can you really say to that person? You see this person working 60 hours a week, he's on it. What can you say? It takes time. People trying to build business, they're trying to do that. He's trying to risk. You got to tap your hands and applaud to some of these guys who are putting in that work and still trying.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you're not really losing anything like you think. You can have a guy who has a nice corporate job and things of that nature, and he's good, and he gets fired, or he loses his job, or this happens. Ends up in the same boat. It looks good in the beginning, and then now it doesn't look good, or his confidence breaks, or things of that nature. So I say if the guy's a good plan, he's working hard, he's in his 40s, but he is moving towards something.
Mm-hmm.
Support him.
Okay.
I would also
Lady,
say
you hear that, right? Go ahead, Jay. I'm sorry.
there used to be a saying: it's better to have tried and failed than to never have tried at all. Right?
Okay.
And now, in Cisco's particular case, he does have a history of bodybuilding and things of like that, very aesthetic things. And let's face it, he's a aesthetically blessed man. You know,
Yes.
got some looks about him, got some muscles, got some height, some size.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one of the key reasons why Tae's attracted to him. But I think his career choice of wanting to be a model, an actor, there's so many people chasing that same dream. And the opportunities that will come his way, being at his age, I don't know whether they're going to be as fruitful as as compared to when he was younger. And we don't know how long he's been chasing this dream. Is this what he's trying to be all along? Like, so he's bodybuilding as a vehicle to try and get into acting. If it hasn't worked by now, then he should maybe see where his other talents lie. But ultimately, we can see, because he's tearful about it every single episode, that it's something that's very important to him to keep pursuing his dream at the expense of his stability and his finances.
What do you say, JR, to Favorite T? She says that it took her over 40 years to find her dream career, but she did it with the support of her husband. The support of a good spouse is priceless. Would you agree with that statement?
Yeah. I mean, if your partner supports you through thick and thin, I thought that's what, leads to marriage and things like that. And that's what happens when you're married. You're supposed to go through thick and thin, for better or for worse, and all of that. So if you're in a relationship where you don't have that connection, then it may not last anyway, because as soon as times get tough, your partner may bounce.
Yeah.
But I commend anyone who's dedicated to stick to trying to make their dream work. And if it took 40 years, then it paid off, and the support of the husband paid off as well. And I'm quite sure that David T is in a much better place now than if the career didn't manifest. So, well done, Favor T. And well done, husband, for sticking by her side and supporting her. I don't know if it would be the same way if it's the other way around, where the husband was chasing dream for 40 years, which she has stuck around.
Are you trying to say there's a double standard, JR? What are you saying? Are you trying to say there's a double standard with women? There are so many women that have supported their men. There are women and wives out there that have worked hard and sent their husbands to medical school, law school, all types of sacrifices women have given up for their husbands to pursue their dreams.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what? Everybody has been questioning Tae's decision to still stay with Cisco, right? Because of instability. Right. So that's what I'm saying.
I think it's
so
madness.
just as much as there are women that are supportive, like Tae obviously is at this point, you don't have to look too far in the comments on anything that Cisco appears on to see people talking about his instability and how Tae shouldn't choose him or they shouldn't stay, or even with what Tommy said, which was motivational for them. A lot of people said Tommy shouldn't have given that advice. A lot of women are saying Tommy should never have said that. And they felt appalled that Tommy tried to encourage Tae to stay with Cisco. So that's what I'm saying. There is a double standard.
Right, even here in our own chat, right, to go to Africa agrees with me. She said she thought it was inappropriate for Tommy to intervene and encourage Tae to support Cisco when his own mother doesn't support him. And I had to ask, we still never found out what's going on with Cisco and his family, like his mother, his grandmother. Like, these are the people that know him the best, and yet he's saying they're not in his corner. Is there a reason why? Is there a really good reason, like, that we don't know about? Is there's something that we should know, that Tae should know?
I think we should have known that if Tae decided to ask that question to the sister when she met the sister, because that was a family member that could have given the information.
Okay, good point. Ooh, yeah, that's a very good point. Okay, so you have any thoughts on that, Ron, before we move on?
Well, yeah, like I hear a lot of women, like I said, these days, and they talk about the stability, and they all say they want providers and leaders. There's a two, I get it every week. Women, I want a provider, I want a leader, I want a provider, I want a leader.
Yes.
And I'm here to say most women that makes what Tae makes and on that level don't want a provider and a leader. They don't. Because they don't understand what a provider and a leader is in real terms to a man. They know the fairy tale. Oh, this guy's going to provide. He's going to lead, make all decisions. He's going to pay for everything. And I can sit back and kick my feet up. That's not what a provider and a leader is to a man. For one, a provider is going to provide at the level that he can provide. He's still a provider. So let's say if she's used to a $200,000 lifestyle or house, whatever like that, and he makes $100,000, he's going to say, hey, I'm not going to buy a $200,000 house. I'm going to buy a house that a $100,000 person can afford. You're going to have to downgrade your lifestyle. I'm going to pay all the bills. So you could work if you want to work. If you don't want to work, you don't have to work. But this will be you'll downsize your lifestyle because I'm not going to pay for a house that I can't afford. And I'm not going to ask for your money for it. So a lot of these women are not with that. They don't want to downsize their lifestyle or what they're making right now to get to where their man is at or where he's comfortable at providing. So that's one thing. Second of all, he's a leader. A leader controls the money. So therefore, she goes, okay, I'll downsize my lifestyle. I'll get a lower house that he can afford and things of that nature. But now I got all this money because I'm making $200,000 a year. So now hey, honey, I'm going to go get the new red bottom shoes that are out. They're $1,200. And I'm going to take the girls out to lunch because I haven't seen the girls in a while. And that guy's going to be like, the hell you're not. He's going to control your money. He's the leader of that household. Are you okay with a man controlling your money now? No, I don't. I didn't buy no $1,200 shoes. I didn't take the guys out. Your money, you're not about to spend your money on that. We're going to save that for a rainy day. And if we got enough for a rainy day, we're going to save that for multiple rainy days. He's leading the household. He's leading the finances still, even though it's your money. A lot of women have been in this situation. They're not okay with that. That's why a lot of these women, when I say, how was your ex-husband? How was your ex-boyfriend? He was a provider. They'll admit it. He provided and he was a leader, but they'll say he's controlling or he's this or he's some other stuff. And it basically gets meant that she wanted to be control of her own finances and destination. So a lot of times the best way to be able to do that is to get a Cisco. And now you can control everything. It ain't no question about what you can go buy with your own money or what you're going to do or things of that nature because he don't have any. So he just has to go along with the program.
Ooh.
So a lot of people got to get realistic about what your situation is. Prime example. I told you I'm dating somebody in DC on this relationship. Yeah. She's coming to visit me next week. We've already planned that trip out. She had a rough week. We had a rough week this week. She wanted to come Friday. Okay. She wanted to buy an airplane ticket 3 hours before the flight.
What?
That because it was so early, that plane ticket was $850.
Yikes.
I said, it's her money. Now she makes a lot of money.
Right. You said that.
Yeah, I said, no, we're not doing that. Yes, I want to see you, but I can't have you spend your money on something that I wouldn't have spent my money on if I'm going to one day be the leader of the household, the finance and things of that nature. I can't. I can't set that example.
Okay.
You know how hard it is to tell a woman she can't spend her own money. You know what I mean? Or you don't want her to spend your own money.
That right there for a lot of women, especially powerful women that are high earners.
It's a problem. That's why they're saying that more money you make is harder to date. This is one of the reasons because I'm not going to have her spend her money on something that I can't personally, not saying I can afford it. I could, but that I wouldn't dare spend my money on things of that nature. I say, you're coming next week. This is not a good logical decision. This is an emotional decision.
Oh, okay.
I'll see you next week. Say that $850. Oh, I got extra money because of this and this and that. It's still not a good buy. I can't have you. You know what I mean? She didn't understand it. And I'm like, I can't have you spend your money on something I wouldn't spend on it. And it's hard to tell somebody how to spend their own money. It just is. and I saw it as, you know, it could be a potential issue. But yeah, when that person is broke, you don't have that issue. If she had no money, I can tell her, yeah, no, you don't have that money to spend on that. Wait till next week. Or if I had no money, I wouldn't be able to tell her how to spend hers. So when we're dealing with two people that are kind of successful and stuff, it actually gets harder.
Yeah, because she's very successful. Getting back to Tae and Cisco, from my understanding, she earns over $250K a year. She's very successful, still very young in her 30s. It seems to be what I'm feeling from, you know, this edited show is that she is very desirous of marrying and having children. And so maybe due to the push to marry before she's having a geriatric pregnancy at 35, 36, 37, maybe she's kind of not using the same reasoning that she would have 3 years ago, if that makes sense. Like she's in a rush.
Who would you like to see her with, Aubrey? What kind of guy?
Well, we had a guy, and I don't know if you recall, Ron, if you saw the earlier episodes, but JR could tell you, we had a guy on the show this season right there in Philly. His name was Khalil, right, JR?
She wasn't attracted to him like that.
Yeah, she didn't like him like that.
Yeah, she wasn't attracted to him.
In fact,
you know, these women ain't, they're not giving up attraction.
JR, did she ever go out with Khalil at all?
Yeah, they had a connection, but she dismissed him. She said his timeline wasn't what she's looking for, and if she had known that he was waiting for a child,
that's what it was. Yeah, so
yeah,
she
like
was,
4 or 5 years.
So she was attracted to him. It was the timeline issue. That was her biggest.
That would have been worked out if she had that same attraction that she had with Cisco.
Yeah, you're right.
It was less attraction, and we don't know exactly what Khalil. So let's say Khalil made. Oh, she makes 250. Let's say Khalil made 180. Still less.
No, I'm not saying
tough decisions to make.
Right. And I'm not saying that it's all about how much he earns, but come on now, can we at least say we're comparing watermelons and apples when you start talking about a person who doesn't have their own place, no matter how modest, doesn't have to be a mansion, doesn't have a beater of a car, doesn't have their own transportation, you know, and really doesn't have a good relationship even with their family. Can we kind of look at the disparities between saying that a person doesn't have to earn a 6-figure income annually to just be more stable than Cisco apparently seems to be?
Depends if the woman likes him. If a woman likes a man, she's gonna do a lot more in that relationship for a man that she don't.
I guess these new school women will.
Oh yeah. No, the new school women definitely will. Oh yeah, if she like you, she'll pick you up.
Yeah, I get
Y'all
dry.
Go to one house. You can go to her house.
Right. I get dry just thinking about it. Okay, I'm sorry. Everything just dries up. I'm sorry. I don't care how cute you are. I've been there, done that. But no.
Right. And
with him though, let's get some credit. He is working on something. He ain't just saying, "Yo, I just want to."
Well, what is he working on? That's what we don't know.
Aubrey, you just seen him on 2 commercials, so he's clearly working on something.
Yeah. I'm in.
JR,
Rise is a good company. I'm in that.
You just seen him on 2 commercials that he wasn't on before, so he's getting opportunities now.
He's getting opportunities now.
Right. So you never know. You might see the new, I don't know, Eddie Murphy movie or Jason Statham movie, and he might be an extra or might have a walking part. And you might say, "Hey, there's Cisco from Ready to Love." You don't know. Like, it's all about the opportunities, what type of agent he has, and all the rest of it. But with regards to Tae sticking by him, we know that, like I said, from the chat, we can see that it repulses a lot of women that Tae is even sticking by him. And probably even worse when he got to the bridge and they both chose each other. A lot of women were quite horrified by that, because to them, you know, the finances and the stability means much more than the physical attraction. And in Tae's case, it looks like the physical attraction means more to her than his current stability. She has the ability to finance everything. She's not looking for someone that earns more than her. Otherwise, he would have been eliminated from the jump.
From the beginning.
Right.
She's already gave it up probably on the fact that she's going to find this dream 6'5" guy who wants kids, doesn't have any kids, and makes $500,000 a year, so he could double up her salary, and willing to marry right now. She's already given up on that. She's not living in la la land and delusional land like a lot of these women are, and she's probably gonna say, "Okay, well, I got to make some choices."
But instead, we okay. We're gonna have to move on. We're gonna go because we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back to this issue as we move on and we get back to them. But let's go ahead for now and move on to the other scenes. We got Angie. Angie is so again, they're set to meet with the guys and their family. So Hussein comes into the restaurant and gives Angie a big bear hug, and they sit down to talk, and she tells us in the confessional she can see automatically from his whole aura, the look on his face, that something is bothering him. And Hussein goes on to tell her, you know what, Angie, it would not be right of me to move forward with you. I'm still processing everything that happened with Rose, with her not telling me about her convicted baby daddy and this type of thing. And you know what? Due to that, I'm going to have to go ahead and self-eliminate. What were your thoughts about this, JR, about him self-eliminating just late in the process?
I can understand it to a degree because, you know, it is time to meet her family and he doesn't feel that the connection is strong enough. So that's fair enough.
Yeah.
The Rose thing, I think there definitely was more of a connection between him and Rose than there was between him and Angie from what we saw.
Yes.
Also, he is part of the reason why Rose did get sent home, because he revealed to all the rest of the guys about the situation with her child's father. Mm-hmm. And she also didn't do herself any favors when she revealed it in front of his family members instead of telling him privately. So I think he just feels deflated and would rather not be performative in front of her family. Probably doesn't know her as deeply as he knew Rose. So probably the right thing to do. You know, she and Angie said already, she don't play. She doesn't play. So
she did say that.
Yeah. So don't string Angie along. Just let her know how you feel and cut it before you meet the family. I guarantee if he met the family and played along with it and it didn't work, Angie would have.
She might bust the windows out in his car.
There you go. Car might be sitting on bricks.
She might tear the tires up. All 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I don't know if you caught it that a little bit earlier this season that we found out that Angie is the girl that likes to, if things don't go quite her way, it's possible. I will say it's possible. That's okay. So you saw that. So what do you think about this? What do you think about him self-eliminating, Ron?
One, just for a person to be on the show, it's not easy to self-eliminate like people think it is.
Okay.
You have to talk to multiple people to self-eliminate on this show. And everybody has to be kind of in agreement. That you have a graceful exit like he did. Because you can't write that in. You know what I mean? Like
right.
You over here messing with budget money and things. So but he's smart for doing so, and this is why.
Why?
You don't want to. You don't like you're not into the person like that. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to go to the last scene and then break her heart on TV and you look like the villain or the bad guy and things of that nature. So you don't want that on your reputation, and you also don't want to just fake it and make it with her to the end, because then everybody's gonna think y'all are in a relationship. Every time somebody asks you about the show, they're gonna ask you about her. It's gonna get annoying, and it's gonna mess up some of your future probably dating aspirations and stuff with women that you might really want to be with. So he did the right thing. But yeah, he probably had to really convince somebody on the other side to let him self-eliminate like that, because they kind of probably wanted to. In this situation, I think it was more girls than guys, right?
Yeah.
Already?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that helped them out too.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Go
ahead. Mm-hmm.
I had a quick observation. So when they were at the retreat, was Hussein rooming with Rose? because there
Yeah,
must have been someone missed out, right? Because Angie's there as well. So you had Cam and
Cam
Sahara
was with
rooming together.
Sahara. Mm-hmm.
Jay and Kiara rooming together. Yeah.
And
Um,
Tae and
right.
Cisco.
Tae and Cisco. So who was Hussein rooming with? Rose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Okay,
thought so.
so where was Angie?
I guess she had her own bunk bed to herself.
Right. So that's another reason why I think he's like, I just been rooming with Rose for the last couple of nights.
Okay.
I don't think it's right to try and establish something
Oh,
so
I see
late.
your. Okay, I see your observation. Now I get it. Yeah, yeah. Good point. Good point. Good point. But did it
I
seem
think
like?
it is.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
The question I was just
Yeah.
going to ask though, in this scene, to either of you, you can go next to Ron. Did it seem like Angie was at all disappointed by his decision to self-eliminate?
No. Like I said, when you're doing a self-eliminated scene, they go talk to her too and let her know what's about to happen. Because
Okay.
they got to, because it's out of nowhere, you know what I mean? And he has to go talk to some people first and explain his situation. And they let him gracefully bow out like that. You know what I mean? Like where she's aboard with it, she's making him look good. They could have done it. They could be mad, production, and make this scene look totally different.
Yeah, they did give him a nice edit, didn't they? Like,
yeah, they gave him a nice little edit, smooth, so that way
Mm-hmm.
he guess he was able to convince somebody. But I think what his problem going to be is, I think he really probably realized that he likes Rose and thinks he can get her back. But
Ooh.
once you then got a woman eliminated here, see, this is the problem with Ready to Love. The men be thinking this thing is all about emotions and feelings and love and stuff when you're kind of trapped in. They gotta remember that women are kind of vain in a way. Women care about how they look on TV.
Right.
We don't care as much as the men. The women care about how they look on TV. So once they feel like you didn't eliminated them or embarrassed them or something, you're not getting that woman back. She is secretly mad at you, even if she's not. She's not. She's gonna feel that you embarrassed her on TV. You know how many times I heard you tried to embarrass me on TV? And men don't think like that. We're like, how? Like we're dating. We're trying to find a connection and stuff. No, they're aware there's a camera, and this is gonna be shown to their people.
Right, and their friends are gonna say, "Look what he did to you, girl. He self-eliminated. He didn't even want you."
Oh yeah, they're aware of how they look and stuff like that, and you're supposed to make them. You don't know it as a man on the show, but to them, they feel the man is supposed to make sure they're in a good light on TV for this show. And when you do something like he did by throwing her under the bus, kind of, oh man, he don't think nothing of it. He just think I was just being honest. I was going through my process. I was feeling emotional at the time, but now I feel that she's the right woman, and I'm going to go back and get her, and I'm going to treat her well and things of that nature. He thinks it works regularly. It doesn't.
Okay. Yeah, he thinks it's normal.
Yeah, okay. No, they don't work normal. This is TV. She's emotional about getting eliminated. She feels you threw her under the bus. She feels you made her look like a fool on TV in her head. You're not thinking about none of this. She's thinking about all of this, and you're not getting that woman back. Ain't no way in the world.
Not gonna happen, huh? And nope. On that note, Cam came in to meet the brother, the older brother, and I thought he did pretty decent with the whole setup there. I love the brother, and that he had his wife with them, and that they were giving sage advice about marriage and learning how to forgive and move forward. What did you think about the brother and the sister-in-law kind of grilling Cam, JR?
Yeah, they seem to like him. I thought it was interesting, some of the feedback they gave, where they said they can sense that he's afraid. Like,
okay. Oh yeah. Talk about that.
Yeah, they were just like, yeah, you're scaring him, with how you're proud that when you get mad, you do destructive things. So you need to calm that down, But I don't think Cam is interested in Angie like that. I think he's just stringing her along the whole time. and Rose as well, when he had a connection with her. I think he's just stringing her along. Sahara, I think he was just stringing her along as well.
What?
I don't think.
He's stringing all of them along?
Yeah, because again, he wasn't solid on one particular connection. Even with Sahara, she was telling him to choose, and he didn't. You know, he's wanted to go through his process, and it looks like his process was going right to the final second on the bridge, and then deciding who he wants to choose, and it doesn't work like that all the time. So, but on this particular family date, it went well. They didn't ask any questions where he was, you know, under the, you know, had sweats or anything, or was nervous. So it wasn't a problematic exchange. But I felt like he abruptly left. I felt like he got up and left too early. Maybe the questions had dried up and he thought it's just time to go. But I don't think he's got a genuine connection with Angie at all.
Oh, okay.
No, never saw them together at all.
Okay. Ryan, you got any thoughts on it?
Yeah, Cam kind of like me. Like I don't do the drama, so if I hear it one time, I can't get over that. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna. Especially if you breaking things. I like my money. I don't want me paying for anything. Cuss me out, yell at me all you want to. Call me every name in the book. Don't break or steal none of my stuff.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so you saying you can take some words and you can.
Oh yeah.
Y'all can begin again because you know she apologizes nicely, but don't break up none of your car stuff and don't break your windows out in your car and don't slash your $500, $600, $700 piece tires, right?
Oh yeah. You're a woman. You already a bill. Don't give me another bill on top of you being a bill.
Now that I like. That's funny. You're already a bill.
I ain't doing all that. But to JR's point, Cam did what I did. He made the same mistake, and they don't. You understand? Ready to Love is not always in tune with reality of dating all the time. So in Cam's world, I got 3 connections. I'm good. I know I ain't about to get eliminated, so let me take my time. Let me figure out who I really kind of want to be with. Not let these girls fight on me, but I'm not gonna make a decision. I'm gonna let them try to win me over, see things of that nature. You could do that in the real world. There's men who have those type of options that are doing this as we speak. In the Ready to Love world, they ain't gonna let you do that. Nobody wants to see a man chilling there with all these options of women, and he just taking his time to decide who he want and who he don't want. Too much power. This is a woman's show. 90% women's audience. I ain't gonna let you do that. So that's why he's going through. He ended up with all that trouble. And as you see on the kind of the preview of the reunion, they about to light him up for that. He can't. I see what he was trying. He was doing the right thing. He was process eliminating. He was being truthful to all the women and who he was talking to and kind of how he was feeling. He was letting them know I'm going to make a slow.
You know what? Because we getting there. We're getting there in a minute, but I don't know. I feel like I've been watching Cam, and for the first 2/3 of the season, I think I fell for his nice guy routine. But I'm at the point where now I think it's just that it's a routine. I think that he came in and he's accustomed to women adoring him and admiring him. He's a nice looking guy. He's got a great career going. He doesn't have any children. He says he wants to get married and, create a family. So he's saying all the things that the women his age want to hear. And, he doesn't have any baggage with him, right? But I don't know if I believe Cam because, no, this is like the day before the bridge. You mean to tell me, listen, Ryan, you and I could debate this ad nauseum, but and I know that when the guys get to the getaway, they already know by the time the getaway is over. They already know who they pick. If they're picking
they
anybody.
Don't. I had 3 connections.
Yes.
I know for a fact.
No, come on. At the getaway, at the end of it,
I had 3 connections up to that point. I did not have a decision in my head yet. stuff moves quick. I understand exactly what Cam was feeling. And I was willing to, if I ended up with the person I did pick, I was willing to put in the effort of that relationship. That's why it takes so long to make a decision, because I wasn't playing around. You want to make a quick decision. He could have done that just for the TV and just went with it. But he knows that, this is going to have to come with some work. It's going to have to come with all kind of stuff. And I have to be ready for that. So he was taking his time to try to make the right decision. He knew he was probably going to try to make it work with that person, whoever it was going to be. And he had multiple women that he felt probably the same or similar to that he liked. So he's in a tough situation. But like I said, in the real life, you have time to make that decision. On Ready to Love time, you don't got no time to make those decisions. And he got caught up in that, which a lot of guys have.
Yeah, and also he has to be mindful that if he does make a decision on any of these ladies, so some of them may have a problem and start coming after the fire truck and things like that. So yeah,
she gonna break the windows out in the fire truck.
All 8 wheels on that fire truck will be in jeopardy with Angie on the case, right? So I think even the ladder might be in jeopardy on the top of the fire truck. But I think Cam was stringing them along, basically just waiting until the end. He seems like he's trying to be cautious, make sure he doesn't pick one that's gonna bring drama or add any craziness to his life. I think he does value his career and doesn't want any drama or conflict messing with that. But the 3 ladies he picked, he let Rose go. And I can see why, because he never knew about the child's father being incarcerated. But out of Angie and Sahara, to me, they both look like they're volatile. It's just that Angie's confessed to what she would do. Sahara hasn't. But I wouldn't be surprised if she's a wild one too.
I don't think any of them was perfect for him, but I think he was willing to work with one of them.
Yeah.
But you don't want to choose wrong, because
Exactly.
we saw what happened in season 2 with Mario and Reba. Mario picked the wrong one first, and because when you switch back, there's a problem.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
This is not Love is Blind. This is not
Love is blind. So they ain't no switching back. So once he makes his decision, the other 2 girls are gone for good. So he has to be cautious about the decision. I feel they just don't allow that type of grace and time in this show to do that. And he thought they did.
Okay, I got to pose this question because To Go to Africa, I think, has an excellent point, and I'm feeling this, what she's saying. She says that Cam was probably romantically involved with Sahara already, and she thinks that Sahara was furious with him because she tolerated him being with the other women, but he didn't acknowledge that he wanted her early enough. What would you say to that, JR?
If he was romantically involved with Sahara already, then he should have just chose her. But
does he tell her? But hold on. But does he tell her, even if he knows he's going to choose her? Does he tell her before the day of the bridge meeting?
Yeah, because if you have been romantically involved, then that's something that you should be looking to do. Because you haven't been romantically involved with the other 2. So clearly, Sahara would be the number 1 connection. Why string along the other 2? Right. Or why string along Angie?
Right. So by romantically involved, is what we're really saying the euphemism? Are we really saying that he had schmecks with her? Is that what we're really saying?
Well, we have to ask to go to Africa to expound on what she's saying.
To Go to Africa, what do you mean by romantically involved? Could you be a little more clear?
Because all of them are going on dates. All of them are going on dates. They're exchanging pleasantries. They're spending time together. They're doing things. That's romantic. Yeah, but if we're talking about, smashing or cracking or whatever you want to use, I'm not sure if they did that.
Well, they did room together. So what do we really think they were doing? Playing tiddlywinks in bed?
Did everybody who roomed together play more than tiddlywinks? Because we had Khalil and Deanna. They said they didn't do nothing. They didn't even know if they had a connection, and they roomed together.
Yeah, I don't think they had no sex. I know what that scene was. I'll wait till we get to that scene.
Okay.
I think her anger had nothing to do with him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when we get to that, I see what you're saying. We're coming up to that, but okay, but real quick question, Ryan. In general, not saying any specific couple or person, but in general, in your experience and from your season, would you say that when two people, male and female, are rooming together, are we to believe that they typically don't smash?
Depending on if they were already smashed, you gotta understand. Like after I get done filming, I can call my date, tell her to come over to my house. I don't got to wait to the retreat to get some alone time in the bedroom with her.
Right.
So yeah, if I'm already up to the retreat and we already having sex, of course, yeah, I'm going to do something there. We haven't had sex yet. We're not going to wait to do it where we could possibly get caught on camera, or something like that.
Oh, so you think that if they're not already smashing and they make it to the getaway and they room together, that they do like Lucy and Ricky Ricardo, and they end up with the two separate single beds and they slide them apart?
They cuddle and all that type of stuff. But I don't think nobody just going ham if they ain't already been doing it, throughout the season. Yeah. Okay. Because we all, the cameras are still there. There's still people around. Somebody gonna be at least catching the sound or something on it.
Right.
If it's a shocking situation and stuff, but you don't kind of want that out as much, I would think. But like I said, some of the people up to that point, I would say 90% of chance that somebody on there are already in a sexual relationship up to that point, just on the dates you don't see. Right. Because like I said, we do go on our own dates outside the camera. We do invite women over to the house outside of the camera and things of that nature.
Well, we know you do. We know you did, Ryan. You were having all the parties up on the rooftop. We already know about you. We already know. Go back, guys. If you haven't already seen it, go back and see Alex and I's interview with Ryan. It's very enlightening. Okay, if you haven't seen that already. And I got a question for you guys. Have you already liked the video? Are you already subscribed to the channel? Okay. All right. Just checking. So we move on to the next scene. And we've got Kiara. Kiara has invited, her guy, her man, my man, Jay, to meet up with the Dream Girls, her cousins, her three cousins. And they are going to put him through the ringer and get all the juice and information out of him. And you see this one cousin over here to the far right. When she's talking to Jay, she says, you know what? I see what the problem is. You like to flirt a lot. You like to flirt a lot. See how you tilt your head and kind of look at a woman a certain kind of way? I'm getting very flirty vibes from you, Jay. What did you think, JR? Was she right, or was she just kind of embellishing the story a little bit?
And if that's what she picked up on, then I gotta go with what she saw, And she also said that she feels like Kiara and Jay are similar in that respect. They both flirt.
Yeah, it was interesting that she said they were two sides of the same coin, basically.
Yeah. So I think things changed though when they asked about the provider question, and if he's a 50-50 guy, and he said no, he'll take care of everything, and that instantly won them over. It's like, forget it, all the other questions from when he answered like that. That's it. It's a wrap. And I think Jay does work in tech or something like that. Definitely IT related. So he might earn a significant amount too. So that takes the weight off Kiara financially. So yeah, the sisters seem to support their connection. And I'm just sick and tired of hearing my man.
Oh my God.
That get on your nerve.
We know you're trying to get a tagline, girl, but god dang.
Yeah.
It didn't work. It didn't go over like that.
No. Irritating as hell. Immature. It's like it's her first boyfriend, like she's 15 or something.
Right.
Giving you a little TV pedazzle. That's all that was.
Mm-hmm. Ryan, what did you think of the Dream Girls, the three cousins that came to quiz Jay for Kiara?
I mean, I don't know. This is a tough one here. Obviously, he likes her. I don't know why.
Ooh, no, you
but,
didn't. You don't think she's
but
pretty?
No.
straight.
Oh.
but the fact that he did a little flirting with the one girl and she could not, like, even they brought it up again with the girls did. She still gets game to really let it go. The fact when she tried to punish him for it, like, I don't like that. Like, she needs a guy like Jay that's gonna let her boss him around a little bit and things of that nature. It would not fly with any other alpha male at all.
Okay.
This would have been totally different.
Yeah. So you say it's okay for her to bring it up in the beginning when it happened to get a understanding on the situation, so it doesn't.
He overreacted then, yelling all on the screen.
Oh yeah. I thought so a little bit too. And then I did not like the whole way she just would not communicate with him, that she was that upset about it when she knew that this is the kind of show that she's on. And I understand, like, there's emotions, and then there's the show, and then there's emotions, right? But yeah.
Talk it out to me. Let's work it out. Let's, what we gonna do? You got my man sleeping on couches.
And also, he's apologized and they apparently smoothed it over. They even had to sit down with Sahara to discuss everything and lay it all out for what really happened and where any potential connection with Sahara was. And there was none. So, Kiara just can't let it go. And it seemed like every episode we see Cisco tear up and we see Kiara talk about the massage. Every single episode. To everybody, to his family, to her family. Oh my gosh. Is that the only thing that has happened in your connection? Is that the only thing worth talking about? So for me, it looks like she just can't let go of things. So that's a problem. And if I'm not mistaken, she has a child's father or an ex that's incarcerated too, right? Mm-hmm. So that's going to be a whole nother set of conversations and stuff that need to be had as a result of that. But like I said, it seems like Jay got on well with the cousins, and they were all happy and smiling at the end of that date, and that's all you can really ask for.
Yeah, he did. He seemed like when the cousin pointed out that he's a little bit of a flirt, he kind of stumbled, but I think he kind of finally got it. He said, well, that's the way I communicate. That's the way I talk to the ladies. I got in that moment that Jay was this guy when he was younger that struggled to connect with girls with, dating in high school, maybe early first years of college or whatever. I got that feeling that he then learned that there were ways that he could phrase certain things and look at a woman that would make her feel kind of warm and fuzzy inside. And I think he started using that flirting as almost, one, a way of attracting women, but two, is kind of like a defense mechanism, if that makes sense to anybody out there. Do you understand what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say? Like men, none of us, men or women, but particularly men, do not like to be rejected. So I'm saying that I think he started flirting, and I think he just never stopped. He became unaware of it to some degree. JR, any thoughts?
I mean, the whole point of the show is to make connections and then eventually narrow it down to who you want to be with. I don't think there was a significant relationship between Jay and Sahara. It's always been him and Kiara the whole time. I don't think there's been anybody else for Jay. And Kiara as well. So I think the insecurity she had about Sahara potentially moving in on her man was misplaced. I mean, she saw it for what it was. It was very performative. But it was only because Cam was entertaining so many other ladies, Sahara had to occupy herself by finding another connection. And she chose Jay. But I don't think there was anything there behind it. So Kiara still being upset and insecure about it, There was no connection to even be mad at. None. So she's probably just upset that the flirting took place, if you want to call it that. But I didn't think Jay even saw it as flirting.
Okay. All right. Like, when guys do certain things, like bite their bottom lip, lick their lips when they're talking. I don't know. Guys out there, if you got any kind of examples that you want to throw up, I think there is a way that you can look at people and be kind of a little bit overly sexy. That is, most women will take that as flirting. Same way with women. There's certain things that we as women can do, and if you guys are looking at us or around us, you're going to take it as flirting, even if we aren't intentionally flirting. So that's all I got out of that. But when the cousin said that her that Kiara also does it, then that kind of clicked in too. They both do it. They both do the same thing. So
why is she so mad?
Exactly. Ryan, what'd you say?
Yeah, like I said, her kind of controlling factor with it. But yeah, I mean, the guys are, when we first get on the show, when it's 10 girls and it's 10 guys, you have to flirt with everybody. Your mindset is flirt, because even if you're not attracted to the person, if you don't like the person, you're still gonna flirt with the person because that person has the power to eliminate you. And then you want them to just click that right off. Soon as that mentality gets out of nowhere, that ain't how it works. So when he was with the other girl rubbing her shoulder, stuff like that, he's just still in flirt mode of, let me impress the ladies, all the ladies and stuff, so I don't get eliminated. Let me just do that. You know what I mean? So I don't think it was more of a, like what JR was saying, that he had a connection with her and stuff, but he was already used to flirting with all the ladies in order to stay on the show, like everybody else was. And if a woman comes in there and she's giving you attention and stuff like that, your brain just goes flirt.
Yeah,
because that's the premise of the show.
Okay, I got a quick question for you, because see, this is taking me out of my comfort zone. So someone in the chat has brought up about his appearance and what he's wearing. Guys, this is more your generation, these couples. Do you feel like what he wore to the meet the family for his girl, do you feel like that was not a good look? Do you feel like that's kind of typically what guys this age wear? Tell me what you're thinking, JR.
I don't know what the dress code was. I mean, I assume they told him like whether to dress up or not, or to go casually. And some people's casual is too casual for other people. So
okay.
But I didn't see. I mean, Cam always does look smart. I would say Cisco kind of looks kind of smart, but he carries it well with his physique as well. But Jay always looks the most casual out of everyone. He looks like, he's just going down the street.
Okay, so that's what she's saying. That his casual may be a little bit too casual for her. What about you? What about you, Ryan? What are your thoughts? And then we're gonna move to the next scene.
This outfit was an upgrade compared to what he wore to the bridge. His what he wore to the bridge was the worst outfit in Ready to Love history for clothing. Them pants was wrinkled to the core. That cheap Ross looking t-shirt he had, it was bad.
Okay, we go get there. We go get there. But I'm just saying in
general,
that
was bad. That was bad. This is fine, but
this look was okay.
A lot of people are like, what I mean, if you got a little hood to you and stuff like that, you used to wearing gets casual stuff. You wear what you're comfortable in. In our season, Joelle was like that. Joelle used to come with a white t-shirt to everything, and the producers was like, "Yo, man, you gotta give us something." But they had to go to Tommy's closet and grab him a blazer and stuff to put on because that's what he was comfortable with wearing. And it was driving them crazy.
Who was that from your season?
Joelle.
Oh, right, because I remember him on the bridge. Didn't they have to give him a jacket or something?
Yeah, they had to hook him up because Joelle wear what he got a little hood in him, so he gonna wear whatever he feel comfortable with. You ain't gonna tell him what to wear. So they had to try to like, hey man, get Joelle that sweater. You do this, do that. Like, trying to get what they needed because he's just like, you know what I mean? Like, you ever got that? Like, you go out with your group of friends, and y'all going to a nice place, and they have the dress code, and this person gets like, hey, he gonna ask you before you even go. Hey, but they got a dress code there because you know I like to wear my Timbs. I ain't gonna take off my
my Timbs,
my shorts. You know what I mean? I like to wear my baggy shorts, my Timbs. I ain't about to take that off trying to be bougie spot, whatever like that. I'd rather stay at home. And you be like, it's a nice place. You know what I mean? Like, you can't switch it up for a day. Some people don't switch it up. You know Detroit people. Some Detroit people that put on that Detroit hat, Tigers hat.
Oh yeah. I was just at a what are you talking about? Hey, listen, Ron. I was just at Uncle Charlie's cookout concert with Babyface and KC and Elder Barge. And wow, and this is something I really never put anything into this till one day this guy who was new to the city said, you know what? One thing Detroit brothers are going to do, they're going to wear their hat in the theater. I was like, yeah, they do, don't they? They really
don't tell them take it off. Don't tell them it's a hat fee. They pay the hat fee. Like, yeah, they ain't changing.
It's about to be a problem. It's about to be a problem up in here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So did they tell Jay to change clothes? Yes. Production told this dude every day to change.
Oh, okay.
And he said, no, I'm comfortable when I'm wearing it. Yeah, they wanted to put him in a better light and throw a suit on. You know what I mean? Have him looking nice. This is how he rolls. Yeah. And they said the other girl was bougie. So I don't know if is she okay with this is how he gonna be rolling all the time?
Well, I don't know. He may have some other gifts and I don't know. Let me move on. You know, men have gifts sometimes in certain things and women overlook. So anywho, okay. So next day we've got this lady right here. We've got this lovely lady, Sahara. Sahara is let's see what's going on here. Sahara is meeting up with her sister. And I thought this was really interesting. If you guys check it out, over to the right is the sister. And check out her top that she's got on. Like, you know, I don't know if you caught that when the show was on, that she had this top on that kind of basically denoted that she has two girls up top. But anywho, so our boy Cam, he makes it to the date. And he comes in, kind of sneaks up behind Sahara, puts his hands over her eyes, says, guess who? And the sister is like, oh, is this your guy? Okay. All right. He seems nice. He takes a seat and she asks him first off, you know, she's like, okay, so where's your baby mother at? And he was like, baby mother? I don't have any children. She's like, okay, so you got a nice smile and you don't have any children. You're childless. I like that. And then what about cooking? Oh yeah, I cook at the firehouse. Oh, you got a job? You got a career too? Oh yeah, she's ticking off all the boxes, guys. She's just ticking off all the boxes one by one. And so he has to turn around and say, Cam turns around to Sahara and says, well, dang, did you tell your sister anything about me? She said, no, I just wanted her to meet you and get all the information for herself so she can make a determination. At which point, Sahara is talking about the getaway and about how Cam is still not decided about which one of the two women, and she doesn't like that. And he's like, well, you know what? Okay, let that go. That's old news. I personally, as a woman, I didn't like it that he's kind of like trying to silence her on what her feelings are. I felt like that was not a good look for him. I felt like it seemed like he didn't really care. And then they were talking about the fact that that he saved her. That the first time there was an elimination in the gentleman's lounge, he saved her. I'm not so sure if that was like he felt like he needed her validation. What do you think about that, JR? Like, why did he do that? Like, why is he still talking about that?
Well, is he still talking about saving her?
Yeah.
He doesn't like the way she's doing it. That's why.
Okay.
With your gratitude, you wouldn't even be there if it wasn't for him.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
look,
saying. But I'm sorry, but that's what I'm saying. Like, does a man who really cares about a woman, does he continue to bring that up, that he's your savior? Like, that sounds more like a vanity thing than like I care about you thing.
Nah, because what he's doing is he's doing it to say, you keep on bringing up the fact that I'm indecisive. In fact, she was quite rude and put him on blast because he hasn't made his mind up. So I felt a couple of things happened. A couple of things happened. I think he was kind of pushed back a little bit because he was like, "Wait a minute, so you haven't told her anything about me? Oh my goodness! So how seriously are you taking me in this connection? And you haven't mentioned me at all." So I did like Sahara's answer. You know what? I didn't want to do that. I wanted my sister to meet you and come to her own conclusion about you. But
Right.
then she decided to throw in how indecisive he was and this, that, the other. And that's something that she's been getting onto him about for maybe 3 or 4 episodes at least. You know, make sure you choose the right way. Make sure you choose the one. Always trying to influence which way he's going to go. Now,
But is that a bad thing? Is that a bad thing for her to try to influence because she likes this man, to
yeah,
let him know that she likes him?
yeah, to keep going on about it, yeah. Like, you say it once, and then he'll make up his mind based on how you're treating him and how he feels about you.
Okay.
Because the cream always rises to the top, right? So if you're that nice and he sees a future with you, he's naturally going to choose you. You don't have to keep going on about it, and you don't have to put him on blast in front of your relative, especially because the sister was, like you said, there were a couple of questions she asked initially, and she was like, tick, tick. And then Sahara decided to throw in some things that will kind of take that glow off of those good qualities that the sister had identified.
Yeah, good point.
So, yeah. So, yeah, I think that's when Cam should have realized that his future is not looking good with Sahara, to be honest, because he's not going to let it go. And she does have a petty side, and it came out here too in this conversation. I don't think this date went well at all. It started off good, but then it quickly deteriorated because now they're kind of bickering in front of the sister, and that's not a good look.
Okay. Okay. Ron, thank you for that, JR. Ron, was this a good date? Do you think it went well?
I think you got to look at Sierra's position. She was kind of the pick me, so she's been played with a lot from all the guys up to this point. And you gotta understand, men understand that this is on TV and they family watching it too. And she be walking in the room with all that side boob, kind of revealing type of outfits and stuff. And a lot of guys don't want to put their brand up against that. And I think this is the part that Cam was trying to say when he said he saved her and stuff like that. I think he's starting to make a decision that she's going to be the one he choose on this date in his head. But he's letting her know, I'm doing this when the other men weren't going to be willing to do it because you're not the favored one in a good light and things of that nature. But I'm making the adjustments because I think I really do like you, and I think I can at least try to work with you on a relationship and see what it is.
Okay.
With that said is, though, he's still saying it like he's the prize. It's the Cam show.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. He's sounding a little vain, a little like I'm the man.
Lightly. Yeah, so he's doing it like that, like, I choose you. You know what I mean? Like, that's in his head. He's like, I'm gonna give this woman a chance, and she's gonna be grateful for it because, I did it when other guys weren't willing to do it. I'm willing to take the sting of being with a woman who dresses a little more provocative, who, you know what I mean, who wasn't everybody's number one pick, and things of that nature. And I just want her to be, know that I'm taking the leap of faith and reaching out and things of that nature. And he has to understand at this point, she might not, he was getting a little of her representative earlier and stuff. Because like I said, she needed him to stay on the show too.
Yeah,
so,
they needed each other. Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of that flirting and stuff, and even on the phone conversation, we don't hear it's her giving him false recognition, false hope and stuff. He's too in his ego. He don't understand what's really going on. So he's thinking, I got her in the bag. So if I decide I want to get Sierra and there, she's gonna be grateful. I'll just say I can pick her anytime. I'll take my time, make my decision. It's the Cam show. Da 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 da. But he don't understand. You've been getting her representative anyway. You ain't even got the reps. Yeah, because she needed you to stay on the show. It's a game, and he played it wrong, as we saw, towards the end. But that's what's going on here. Here he's making a decision of saying, "Hey, I don't like that other girl. She crazy. I'm gonna choose here." But I'm seeing, how I can make it work and what's going on and testing the waters. And that's her, Sierra, basically fed up, sick of the guys playing with her, in moving the conversation that way. So I think this is the first part that we see the kind of the tug of war, which I think is gonna, expand into, when they meet on the bridge, and it's gonna expand into the reunion.
Yeah, because the sister, she looking at him like they were both at the point where she had this her sister had this look on her face. By the way, shout out to the sister. I think she is super, super pretty. At this point, they were both going back and forth. Cam and Sahara and Cam. And Sahara started doing this thing where she was like over talking Cam. Like every time he would speak, she'd cut off and have, this to say or that to say, which, like, why can't we have a conversation and we hear each other out is what I was thinking. JR?
Exactly. This is what I meant by she was being petty. It's like as soon as he goes to speak, she starts cutting him off. So yeah, I saw the comment from To Go to Africa saying he dragged her along all the season. He didn't drag her nowhere. She needed to stay on the show and find a connection. She didn't have no other connections. The moment she tried to find another one in Jay, it wasn't real. But she had zero connection. She was at the bottom for the first 2 weeks, and she made a statement that she didn't like any of the men on the show because they keep putting her in the bottom. So
right.
That energy carried on for the whole season. Cam is the type of guy that likes his women toxic and spicy. And that's why he had the 3 connections that he had.
And a little bit hood. Don't forget a little bit hood.
Yeah, a little bit.
He likes that about her. But in the back of his head, he thinks he's the perfect guy. Like he said, I got no kids. I got a job. I don't got the baggage. I'm very drama free. Some women should be lucky to, come over here with this clean slate over here. It's nice and clean over here. And what he don't understand is not all women like that clean space. Some women like a guy a little dirty.
A little dirty.
Some girls like a little bit of a side kid on the side and some stuff going on.
Maybe a little record, a police record.
Yeah, sometimes like a little. Especially when they know they're not perfect themselves. They're not going to try to live up to that image. Yeah.
Now, what? You're bringing up a lot of good points because this is the thing I was wondering with this whole scene right here. This young lady, meaning Sahara just seemed to be like, look at this expression right here. She seemed to be like as if she was triggered by this is gonna be my new one. I kept her other one up for so long.
Oh my God.
A new Sahara picture. This was my favorite one though.
Goodness gracious. Very loving.
She has a very loving expression. But no,
very
seriously,
caring.
she shut up, JR. But no, what I was gonna say, she she seemed to be triggered by something. And this is what I kept feeling this whole scene. Like she's telling him, you should have let me know. You should pick. You should know by now. You should know today. And then he keeps saying, well, you know what? I shouldn't go along with my process. You want me to hurry up and rush my process? I got a process. But while he's saying, like, I feel like what he's saying is disingenuous because the reality of it is,
He's right.
No. Hear me out, Ron. And I know you're the expert because you've actually been on the show. But hear me out. I think that in some way, like even if it's not in front of the cameras, right? The people that we know from this show that end up spending any real time together after the show, they are aware. They let each other know that they're their person. You get what I'm saying? So even if he didn't do it on air, I think what I felt like she was saying is, you aren't claiming me. You aren't letting me know that I'm your special someone. And it's too late in the episode. It's too late in the season. Like tomorrow is the day. So Ron, okay, now you go. What do you say?
In the rules and regulations of the thing, he's like, I got another day to choose.
But you're saying rules and regulations, but we're talking about actual real people with real feelings. So forget all of that.
He don't know yet. So but what he does know is that if I do choose you, I have an obligation to you in the relationship to give my all. So I got to be ready and willing to do that. So if I need another day to take my time to really process which one he's looking at, I know I can't go back. We already talked about that. I can only pick one. When I pick the other one's going to be mad at me. She's gone. If I pick the other girl, you're going to be mad at me. You gone. So I got to make the right decision. And I'm actually willing to put in some real effort in this. So I want to make the right decision. So I got to weigh my pros and cons and stuff. That's why he's thinking of it. And it's a lot of too much power for him because he's the one that has two choices and she doesn't have two choices. So he has to look at it that way. He's thinking of it as in it's all about me, it's about Cam, it's about my decision, but he don't understand he's on a show with other people and they care about some things too. Also, what he's not factoring in is it's the last filming thing. So she don't need him anymore to keep her on the show. So now he's not about to get Representative Sahara anymore. He's about to get the real woman that he ain't really seen yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Representative over now. I don't need you no more.
Okay. We gonna make it to the bridge no matter what, right?
Yeah, we're going to bridge no matter what. I'm gonna get my last check, my last TV time. I'm getting it regardless. So now I'm gonna show you it ain't all about you, Cam. I'm gonna show you. Now I can show you. Now I can be myself. I can really.
What my mother used to say. What my mother used to say. Hey, look, Ron. I can show you better than I can tell you.
Oh yeah, she relaxed now. Yeah, you ain't know. Yeah, the game over.
Right. I would also say, like, it seems like Cam is a very process-orientated person. So even when it comes to his dating choices on this particular show, he's trying to make sure he follows the process to the T, rather than go with his gut instinct to make a leap of faith. Now, I'd also say that will obviously rub Sahara the wrong way, or any of the audience that are expecting him to just claim her, because that that kind of cuts the process short prematurely. So I can see why people wanted him to choose her or expected him to choose her if she was the one. But like Ron said, he doesn't get a do-over. If he chooses her and then they bicker and back and forth, he's going to be like, why did I bother? Like, why did I make that choice? So he doesn't get the ability to repeat. I do see also why some people will be triggered, because they're like, man, this guy has too much power. He can influence, he's got the power to pick two women, and these two women don't have the power to pick two men. So it's kind of
like that.
not in their face. No, they don't like that.
Nobody likes that.
Nah. But I think he deliberately, I think he deliberately set that up, which is why I say he was stringing them along all the way to the end. I think he wanted to meet all three of these ladies on the bridge. And
the Cam show.
Exactly. And instead of letting them down personally, I think he would just go to the one that he wants to choose, and then the other two will realize he's not showing up and go home. That's what I think he looked like he wanted to do.
Oh wow, like on Somebody's Son, where the gentleman, they got to meet all the women left at the bridge and announce to the ones that they didn't want. Oh no, I didn't choose you, and then the final one, I chose. Oh, so he wanted to do that, huh? He's on the wrong show. He should have been on Somebody's Son.
Exactly.
I don't think he girls like, you're gonna lose me.
Exactly. I don't think he wanted to look like the bad guy by going in and telling these women to their face, look, I'm not feeling you. Yeah. So I think he wanted to just do it by process of elimination at the bridge. Whoever he shows up for is the one he's feeling. But I can't say that I'm a fan of Cam. I don't like the way he necessarily moves in the show. But he is entitled to have his process. And just because Sahara's process is pretty streamlined, doesn't mean his has to be.
Yeah, what Cam is basically saying is none of these girls would be super ideal in a real scenario, probably for him.
In real life.
It might be a different type. It might be different this. But what he's saying is, through the process of the show, I am willing to give it a try, to put my all into it. And that's a different process for a man. So this is not a slam. None of these are slam dunks for him. He's telling her, you know, some things I like about it, some things I don't, but I'm willing to work through it with you,
right?
And go to the end and see if we can date and see if we can make this work,
right?
For the process of the show. And to him, that's the right thing to do, and it is. It's very noble, very it's why you're there. You're there to give it your all and really try it, love and things of that nature. But a lot of times the women don't feel that way. They're not here for you, your entertainment. It's still a TV camera going along, and they're not gonna let you take your time and play with them and play with their emotions on TV in front of their friends and family and all that stuff like that. They're not even gonna risk the chance of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would just say with Felicia's comment that you're showing right now, I would agree with that. I would agree with
Me
that.
too. That's what I just said to her.
Yeah, that ties into his whole MO. He's a firefighter. He likes saving lives.
Yeah.
So if you need him, then he feels like a sense of duty or a sense of, you know, okay, you need me, I'm here to help you type thing.
She needed him.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she needed him to stay on the show. So
yeah.
She needed him.
Yeah, to stay on the show, exactly. But like you said, now she doesn't need him because the show's come to an end, and this is the Bridget coming up next. So now she's regained her powers where she can say, nope, not feeling you after all of this and walk away, right? So, but I do agree. Cam seems like the type of guy who will go for the girl who needs him the most. Because to some guys, feeling like you need him is very important to how they are perceived in a relationship. You know?
I think this, I don't know if we talked about this yet, but I felt like we didn't. So I wanted to come back to it. Felicia had said this earlier about Sahara being triggered, and it manifested itself through anger and fear, fearful of being played and or of not being chosen. I feel like she tapped right into it. I feel like she tapped right into the emotion because that's what I also got from her. I felt like Sahara has a habit of self-sabotaging, and I think we saw that from the very beginning of this season with the men, how she talked to the men, and she's brusque and she's rough and she's unrefined, and that's a choice. Like, I think she knows that about herself, and she knows that's not going to go over well, but she does it anyway.
And then also, if she is doing that, then, you know, how does that anger and fear help build the connection to make someone want to be with you? It doesn't. if you're giving them an experience where all you're projecting onto them is anger and fear of not being picked, not being chosen, feeling like you're disregarded and all these different things, sooner or later, you're going to lose that connection because you're not actually fostering something healthy and positive.
Wow. Look at this point to go to Africa just made. Sahara said that I will determine when and how I leave. I may have been the first lady that was voted off, but I will have the final say.
There you go. So that's that petty that I was talking about.
Well, you could say petty could be one way of describing it, or you could say that it's kind of self-preservation.
Could be, but if you're going to hold on to it for so long, you know, that might have been a whole agenda the whole time. She might have been stringing Cam along the whole time.
She was.
You know what? You know what? What did you say, Ryan?
I feel she was. I feel like that's why Cam was so confident, because I feel in their regular conversations, she's Cam, you're everything. You're to keep getting his vote.
Oh, so the player was played by another player. Okay.
It happens all the time. Women are a lot better at this game of Ready to Love than the men are always. So they care more about TV. Because like I said, when they're on the bridge and she go up on them, that's her choosing TV, not her choosing Cam. I choose TV. This is my moment. I'm about to
Okay.
look good. And he don't. And you look at his face. He didn't see it coming out of nowhere. It can't. To him, he's like, "Where is this coming from?" You were talking to a representative. Now you just met the real her, and her goal was to make sure she shined on the big screen.
That she had a certain kind of look. Yeah, good point. So here we are speaking about that bridge. Here we go with the bridge. We've got at the bridge, we've got Jay, we've got Kiara, and Jay did remember this day to actually bring flowers for his lovely lady. She's smiling and cheesing, and he says, "You know what? It's always been you. I pick you, and we've had our ups and downs, but through it all, we learned how to communicate better. I choose you, boo." And she says, "I choose you back." She says, "I choose you back." They get a good hug in, and they walk off hand in hand together. What did you think about this situation, JR?
I said, "Oh, look at wealth.
You said what? Look at what?
Look at wealth. Love. Look at love."
Love. Okay.
So
And
yeah, I didn't see them going in any other way. You know, they were strong. They were solid the whole time, except for the massage on Sahara's neck and the overlapping knees and all that stuff. But I thought they would say yes at the bridge. Wasn't surprised at all.
yeah, you weren't surprised. All
No.
right. And you, Ryan, were you surprised? Did it go as you suspected it would?
Yeah, no, I wasn't surprised at that. No, yeah, it's just, man, you gotta go to the picture where they were hugging and stuff. You can't be putting them on blast like that, showing them pants. He is crawling out of bed.
Okay. Look, I told y'all up in the chat, I cannot keep up with you young people's styles. What's in
That
today?
ain't no style, no. Don't blame that on
That's not the
everybody
style.
young.
Okay, go back to the hug picture.
He didn't care. That he just got out of bed.
What? Is that what that? I thought it was a style like the saggy style, right?
Nah. That's it. I didn't have an iron.
He didn't have
exactly.
Oh, that's
We
why
had time to iron.
that's why the ladies is talking about his appearance, the way they. Oh, wait a minute, let me go back to the comments. They weren't wrong. They were not wrong. See, I don't know, because I don't know. Where the ladies was talking about.
You look at him and how Cisco came, knew the assignment. He came in that mug, you know, that this is I don't care. I'm just gonna show up.
Exactly. There is a big discrepancy in how they're both dressed. I will say that he's very casual. It looked like he took those pants straight out the hamper and put them on, right? So
yeah, straight up.
What? Now that's the thing about it. Look, what did you say, Ryan, earlier? You know, like some guys are gonna wear their Timberlands and they're gonna wear the baggy shirt. I thought it was just baggy. I mean, I don't know.
That's wrinkled.
That's just
wrinkled. Even if that's his style, if you knew your girl was gonna come
to the bridge,
like she did,
and she came dressed,
you gotta step it up a little bit and put something on for her. I know she was looking at him like
he been single for a while. Maybe he been single for a while, Ryan and JR. Maybe he been single for a while. I don't know.
I know production when he showed up, production was like, "Oh my god."
Well,
it was too late to do anything by then. It was like, "Oh man."
Some pants. Why didn't he give him some pants and a jacket?
They nothing they can do at this point. They're in the middle of a park. He just had to roll with it. They're looking at him sideways like a mug.
Exactly. Didn't even have a fresh set of braids. Didn't even get redone just for the big exit, you know.
Okay,
now I think these are the type of relationships that work though. That those Bughetto relationships.
Yeah, Bughetto, yeah, right.
Oh yeah, they work. They might be together for a long time because she fake it till you make it too. You know, they're gonna be okay.
To go to Africa says hopefully he showered and brushed his teeth at least. Oh my Lord, you people are ruthless out here.
He got a kiss out of it. He must have.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
But I respect it. He don't care about the TV aspect of it. He just on chill. You know what I mean? Like some of these guys ain't. You know what I mean? They ain't really into the fact that this is filmed and things of that nature. But yeah.
And also, we might see something at the reunion. Remember, we saw at the reunion of Never Ever Met's all of a sudden the guy got bad hygiene, doesn't brush his teeth. We might see those revelations come out. We don't know.
Oh, it's gonna be some stuff about to
I'm
come
betting
out.
now he's gonna be the worst dressed at the reunion. I guarantee. I'm gonna put my bet in right now.
And that's so funny because we were just talking about, do you recall a few weeks ago, we were just talking about with El Cid, and she was saying how when we went over to his parents' house, how nice and lovely it was and how upper middle class they were and seemed to be thriving. So I don't understand. That's what I say. I don't understand people of this generation, particularly as far as their dress and their attire. I don't really get it. So that's why I was not going to say anything about his attire, because for you guys, this might be like the end thing. I do not know. I really do not know, honestly. Okay. So with that being said, we're gonna go to the steps of Rocky, and we got Tae and we got Cisco, and Cisco tells Tae that he loves her whether they're on Earth, they are on Saturn, they're on the moon. She is it. She is all of that, and a bag of chips for him. And she says, "All right, boo, I'm with you. Let's do this darn thing." What did you make of that, Ron? What did you make of their bridge scene, which was more like actually like the library Rocky scene?
Yeah, like they understood the assignment. She was gonna come in her finest. She looked great. I thought she looked good. Outfit was on point. He came with his, because Cisco trying to get, he need a job, so he trying to get something out this deal. So they both was camera ready. She gets a chance to walk to the end with the good looking man that she wanted. That's the image that she wanted.
Okay.
So now we done got all the imagery out the way. Now the bones of the relationship. Now how is this going to work? What really is what I.
That's what we got to find out.
Because you got some women that go on the show and they want to be that the woman that they want this scene from the beginning. Right, they're thinking about this scene. I get to be on TV. I get to wear my finest. I get to go to the bridge with the best looking guy that was on the show and show all these ladies what I can pull. Is that alpha independent woman? Okay, cool. You got him now. Now what you gonna do?
Good point. Good point.
We saw that in my show. Like that was kind of the girl I was talking to. That's what she wanted. Kept going after AJ for. He was tall. He was 6'6". He had the beard. In her head, I'm the short little girl. Now I got the tall 6'6" guy, and I get to walk to the end with it. It didn't work that way, but now what? This is how I want to. This is the look I want.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Now, I remember AJ. Of course, I remember you, and I remember your little short friend, and I remember your little flight attendant friend. Now, who are we talking about that was trying to get with AJ?
Alexis Fly or Kiara?
No.
Alexis Fly.
Oh, Alexis Fly.
Alexis,
yeah. Because Kyra wasn't trying to get with AJ.
Kyra already been through that road, but Alexis kind of had a little insecurity sometimes, which was told by her, her ex when I was meeting the ex-boyfriends and things of that nature. And then it dawned on me. I want to be I want to be the short, dark-skinned woman that get the 6'6" guy.
Yeah.
You're only 5'1" yourself.
Right. And I'm always saying that to my girlfriends. Why are you little women always stealing all the tall men from the rest of us ladies that got a little bit of height?
It's a thing. I can do it. I can pull it. Women have that too. Like I know the male thing, but we're dealing in an era where women are asked to be so independent and masculine, things of that nature. Some of their vibes are kind of the same vibes that some of the men do. Like the man want that arm candy, and he want to walk to the edge and let all the guys know I got the bad. I got Beyonce. I got the baddest chick in the room and things of that nature. Now you're seeing women doing it. Women are treating these guys like they're Prada butter leather Prada purse, carrying them as an accessory. You've seen it all the time. So it's a thing, and we need to kind of acknowledge it. You watch the Pop the Balloon and all that type of stuff. All about aesthetics. Women want what they want. When it comes to aesthetics, they want to be able to show all these women, because it ain't about the man. All these women, hey, I get the good looking man. That's who's into me.
Oh wow. Okay. Any thoughts, Jr.? What did you think about their rocky scene, their rocky moment on the steps of the museum, library, whatever that thing is with all those steps? I think it's the public library. Anybody know for sure?
I've been to Philly,
No.
but I'm not super sure.
But I think Cisco understood the assignment. He dressed very well, very suave. Um, he definitely matched what Tay came with. They look like a very glamorous, elegant couple, despite his circumstances that everybody's made a big deal about.
Right.
And it just shows you, you could be Jay, who has a lot of money and a great job and dress down, and you can have nothing and spruce up and still come across quite well. Look, you've got a fresh trim, got the bow tie, got
Mm-hmm.
the waistcoat and the shirt. Um,
He looked
so yeah,
nice.
yeah, looked like a very cute couple. Again, I wasn't surprised that they chose each other. They didn't have any major bumps in the road or anything. So yeah, we'll see at the reunion how it panned out for them.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see, how things pan out for them. Because you know what, if you recall, and I forgot to do this during the scene, but her, I think it was her sister or her cousin, brought up the fact that the two of them have very different lifestyles, and we know in modern society sometimes that can be a major breaking point if someone lives, uh, you know, an, an upper lifestyle and someone lives something that's not comparable. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they'll take that into consideration, and they have done so far. But it doesn't seem to be a major deal breaker, a major issue. Um, Maybe she's banking on him getting that big break that he's looking for, and everything just working smooth. I will say, all it takes is one major um, deal or one casting call that could
Hmm.
change his whole life.
That's
But
true. That is
but
true.
it's a very competitive game out there to do that, though. So who knows?
Yeah, that
Yeah, I
is
think
true.
he's gonna be okay. But I think this is all gonna fall on her now. She got what she wanted now. You
Okay.
made it. You got this is the scene you wanted. It's when she first started the show. This is what she wanted. I want to make it to the end, dressed in my dress, looking good with the best looking. You got your picture. There you
Hmm.
go. This is what you came on the show for. Now you got the man. Now you stuck with the man. What you gonna do with it now? Now it ain't. Now you really gonna have to deal with his issues for real, and you got to deal with the relationship and everything that's going with it. Fairy tale's over. Because Ready to Love was paying for them dates. On before. Now somebody else gonna have to pay for that dinner. Is it gonna be you? Is it gonna be him? You know what I mean? What's really going on? And I don't know if she's willing to put in all that effort now that she didn't got her the fairy tale ending on the show, TV wise. Now the representative is gone. Now let's see who you people really are and what you're really to work on in real life.
Mm.
Mimi says Tay did not stand her ground. I love that expression, Mimi. She says, I understand that everybody wants happiness, but at least you should be ready for it. At this big age, it takes more than physical attraction to make a relationship work. What do you guys think about that, JR?
Yeah, I mean, when she described the qualities that she likes about Cisco, she did actually say that he makes her feel safe, and she
Mm,
likes how she likes the chemistry between them. So yeah, attraction is obviously very important to her to a degree. That gets him through the door. But the other qualities he has about how caring he is and how he makes her feel, those were also reasons why she stuck with him.
okay.
So at that point, the timeline that she has with children and all these other different things, I don't think it's as important with Cisco as it was for Khalil, who she wasn't feeling.
Right. Right. You're right. I guess she really wasn't feeling Khalil, but
Hmm.
Elson, and I thought he was gorgeous man, and he had a lot of potential. He had a lot going for himself, not just potential, but he had a lot actually going on for himself. And he also seemed confident, secure in himself. I don't get the same feeling from Cisco. I feel like Cisco is a little insecure.
It's okay with her buying a man. It's okay.
What you say? What did you say? Get out of here.
She gonna work the same amount anyway. Her hours ain't gonna change now that she got to pay for him. Like she gonna work exactly the same hours. Is she happy? She got the.
So is he gonna become a what do you call it? A house dad when they get married? He's gonna be the house dad. She gonna sit him down.
I've always been.
Like
my sister dated a guy, my own sister, and this dude didn't have a job, and my parents were furious. And I said, "So what? She gonna work the same anyway." Now she got a man at the house that can get the high drawer that she can't, cabinet that she can't reach. They can take the trash out. If she want a man at the house, then let her have a man at the house. Like her bills he ain't gonna. The water bill might go up $10 than another person taking a shower in the house. Your light bill gonna be the same. Your rent the same. Nothing's changing except that you got some happiness in the house when you was lonely and bored before.
I think the grocery bill will go up because if he wants to stay in shape, you gotta get the calories in, especially when you go gym.
He can get on food stamps with a EBT with a $800 a month.
Ron, stop it. Oh, wait a minute. Felicia has a question for you, Ron. She wants to know the guy that you were talking about with your sister. Is the sister still dating or married to this guy?
No, you're not. But
see, that's what we're talking about.
But he served his purpose for the time being. He made her happier in that time period. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But I don't think the financial reason was the reason why everything always breaks up. In like I said, women got to make that decision. If you want to provide a guy, what does that look like to you? What is your expectations for that? What's going on with it? If you just want a good-looking dude that's making you happy and is satisfying you in other ways, then men do it all the time. Pay like you weigh.
You know what? My thing, though, is, okay, listen. My thing of it is, what happens when the guy, between his buddies, society, and just his own inner feelings, when he gets tired of that and he gets embarrassed by that and he gets humbled by that, and then maybe this anger and rage starts to build up in him, and guess who he takes that out on? He's going to take that out on the woman.
Some guys feel that way, some guys don't. Some guys think it's cool. Oh yeah, my lady paid for everything. I'm that guy. Sometimes some men take it as validation. So some guys don't think of it as an embarrassing thing. They think of it like, yeah, I'm so good looking, handsome, so cool, charismatic that my lady paid. He be bragging about it. Like, watch her take out her card and get the bill and take care of that. And feels a certain way. Not every guy feels battered down and
or emasculated. Yeah, emasculated.
Yeah, they don't feel that. I think that's a fallacy that some women think that, now all short men got a little man complex. Not all broke men are feeling down and out that you're paying for stuff. Men are different.
Yeah. Who was that guy from Married at First Sight from the Houston season? It sure didn't bother him that he had the lady taking care of him. So yeah, you're right. Some guys.
Oh yeah, some men don't care. Shoot, I know a bunch of them that sit back like this. Take care of that baby. Oh yeah. Ron, ask me if I want something. Hey Ron, you want something? She got it. Okay.
Oh no! See what Erica Badu was talking about. Tyrone. Oh gosh. Okay, so now. We got to get to this couple because we can't end it all until we say what happened with this couple. This was a mess. So Cam and Sahara meet up. And it starts off like it was going well. She had on her little yellow dress, which was a usual color, but it was pretty. Cam saw her coming down, the walkway, and he said, "You know what? This is why I chose her. Look at her in her pretty little yellow dress." And he's grinning from ear to ear. She gets closer, and she begins to say, "You know what, boo? I choose me." She did a Sabrina on us from Washington. She said, you know what, boo, I choose B because I am it. I am all that, a bag of chips, and you don't have to do nothing. I choose me. Well, wait a minute. Cam want to know, well, why are you choosing you? You haven't even seen what I was going to say. She said, no, 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 no. I don't have to hear what you're going to say. I choose me. He said, but what if I was going to choose you? She said, it don't matter. I choose me. And this went on for like about 5, 10, 20 minutes. She's choosing herself. And poor Cam, he's like, you know what? He looked up at her and he said, who are you? And then she really got upset. She was like, what? What you say? What you say? I thought she was going to start cursing him out. I thought she was going to start calling him an MF and the N word and everything else she could think of. She was like, what? What? Are you serious? I am me. I'm the same person you've been dealing with. What are you talking about? But he just not having it. He was like, you know what, this ain't right. This is not what I came here for. You and you've been my ride or die, and now you want to show out. What is the problem? JR, what was the problem? What was the problem?
What was the problem? He didn't claim her when she wanted to be claimed. She
That's
thought it
right.
took too long, and she felt disrespected by it. And he felt like he was following his process. He felt like he wasn't disrespecting her. I think he was just trying to say, listen, he was keeping all these pots on the stove, and eventually he's going to choose one. And he played himself. He didn't realize who he was dealing with. And Sahara, I think she was always going to choose herself, to be honest. I think she just wanted to be chosen, but at the end of the day, she was going to walk away. And like I said, she's within her rights to do that because he was leading all three of them. Like, people were saying that Jay's a flirt. What was Cam doing with all these different ladies? He was flirting with all three of them the whole time, trying to keep the connections warm. So I was a bit surprised by how amped up the conversation got between the both of them. Again, she was kind of talking over him as well, but yeah, she was mad and she chose herself, and she probably made the best decision in the long run. And yeah, he should thank his lucky stars that he didn't walk away and they get into altercations off camera where it probably would have got more emotionally charged and heated.
Yeah, she might take a page out of Angie's book and decide to smash a few windows or something. Because she was looking real angry. And then this is the kicker part. When production asked her, did she have anything more to say? She started laughing and she said, you know what? She did this little, almost like a gang sign. And she said, tell him he can, you know what she said.
Yeah.
I was like, now y'all got to explain that to me. Okay. I've been waiting this long to this day to ask the question. What did that mean when she said the SUCX? What did that mean? And when she was doing all that motion with her hands.
It's a wrestler in the WWF that they used to do that motion, suck it thing, whatever like that. So
okay.
Triple H in that gang used to do it. So she was
wow.
It's a provocative way. It's a provocative way of saying, get lost or get knotted or, you suck. Yeah.
Yeah, because I kind of thought maybe that's what she meant, and then I also thought that she was saying the SUX. Like I thought she was saying that about her never regions too. That's what I kind of thought she was saying. But her lady parts, yeah. I wasn't sure. I didn't know where she was going with that. I was like, well, dang, this is a family oriented show. you got to be careful, girl. What you saying up there?
Yeah, no, she literally, we seen her without a representative sneak off. I think when she went off on Jay, even though it was kind of Jay's fault, when he brought the two, when he was talking to his girl and the girl asked her to bring her out.
Yeah, Kiara, yeah.
Yeah. When she left that conversation, she was cussing Jay out all kind of way. You saw the aggression in her. So you knew she had it in her. Once she went playing representative. So yeah, she brought it out, but I think Cam was looking like, where did this come from? Like, they probably talked the day before. If he was willing to choose her, So he's like, you didn't say none of this last night. You didn't say none of this morning. And then you set me up. It's the TV setup. It's okie doke. And he went right in it. He came there with his speech. He's ready to tell her, oh, I know stuff's been up and down, but you won me over, and now you're lucky to have me type of speech. And he was prepared to give his little stuff for the cam show. And she had a whole different speech. Like you said, he already knew she was going to choose herself. So she had her speech already down too. So it was just who's going to get their speech out first.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you can't over talk a lady. Hard to do.
Never.
And she got hers out first.
You never go out talk me. Never.
Yeah. So she got hers off first, and he was just sitting there looking astonished. But this happens all the time on this show.
And she did say the day before when they met her sister, she said to him, I'm going to choose first. I'm going to make sure I say my part first. She did say that. So that was a precursor. He should have been warned. He should have been prepared. And so Cam got the rug pulled from him. But I really was looking out for Angie as well. Like, she got the rug pulled from her too, because we didn't even see her. And I know that obviously there was no need to have her at the bridge because she didn't get chosen by Cam. But still, I would have liked to see how that connection ended.
Well, you saw kind of in the reunion, she's mad at Cam
exactly.
too. Yeah, so it's like everybody are kind of mad the way he played the game, but he did the right thing. He's honest with all the women. He's letting them know he ain't making a decision yet, what's going on and things of that nature. He didn't do anything dishonest.
You being too technical. You being too technical, Ron. You can say all day long he did the right thing. He played the experiment, the way to experiment. You know, now you sounding like Jevin from Love is Blind UK. Like, you can say that all day long, but it's the spirit of a thing versus the letter of the law. You get what I'm saying? It's the spirit of the thing. He did that. And like she said, he did basically drag her along. He knew, like to your point, Ron, what you said earlier, he knew that she doesn't fit into the stereotypical woman that most men would look at and say, yeah, you know, I am so excited to take her to my work events because all the men are going to be looking at her like, yeah, she is top tier. Not to say that Sahara is not top tier, but it's that illusion. It's that stereotype. She doesn't quite hold that allure. In part because of the way that she carries herself, I fear. Like, she carries herself with the hood in her, and it's like
ratchet. It's a little ratchet.
It's a little ratchet. Yeah, it's a little ratchet.
But here's the part you're not catching, Aubrey.
Okay, what am I missing?
He still, with all that, was going to make a decision and choose her. She did not make a decision. She chose nobody. So he still was going to choose somebody and get in a relationship and give it his all and try it out. She was unwilling to do it. So I still give him the more, you know what I mean? At least he had the balls to continue the relationship. She did not. She chose herself.
Right.
He chose her. At the end of the day. And choosing somebody, whether if you think it's going to work or not, to me, is big. Because you would rather choose yourself if you're not feeling somebody. Because like I said, if he would have chose her, she would have said yes. Everywhere he goes or walks, the first question somebody's going to say is, how is Sierra? How is things with you and Sierra? Is things still working out with Sierra? Are you still ready to love with Sierra?
Right.
Any girl he was talking to on the side is going to be like, oh, I saw you on TV with that girl. You kissed her. Are y'all together? What's going on? He would have to deal with all that. So for a man willing to do that, at least tells me that, you know, he's serious. You know, I don't care how long it takes him to make a decision. At least he made a decision. She didn't make one.
Right. And I think
she can leave that bridge and go back to her side, dude. Like nothing happened.
Right. I think
I chose myself.
I chose myself, like Sabrina from Washington, D.C. Lovely D says something though to you, right? She says it's kind of like I'm a quit before I get fired type of situation.
They tried to make it seem like that, I think production tried to do that, but I think she already had her mind made up before she was like, yeah. I don't think she was ever feeling them 100%. I think she was using them. She needed his vote.
Oh,
stay on.
And that never even crossed my mind, but you may very well be right. Ron, what say you?
The what?
Right. I'm sorry. I said Ron. I meant Jr. Jr. What say you?
Yeah, nah, I agree. It could definitely be I'm quick before I get fired. That could also be another angle to it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she didn't even want to hear him out. So that's the telltale sign. It didn't matter what he said. She'd already made her mind up that she was leaving. So there's not going to be a connection after that. Even if he tried to convince her and change her mind like he did and plead his case,
Couldn't do it.
it's falling on deaf ears. So she kind of knew well before the bridge that she was going to say no. And there were clues. When she said, look how late it is, yesterday, we were at the restaurant. You didn't choose me then. That was your last opportunity. Times before that, she was saying to him when they met his family, she said, yeah, make the right choice before she walked out. So she's been adamantly saying it's time to make your choice now. And because he didn't do it on her timeline, she's out. And she went for the grand exit at the bridge to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm confused now because I thought I knew, but I thought this was a thing where someone else had said it earlier too in our chat that they felt like she just was manifesting something that she got really upset and this is what she did. But to your point, Ron, I'm beginning to think that maybe she knew what she was going to do all along.
All along. And Cam, that's why Cam was blindsided because he's hearing her representative. Cam would never choose a woman at the end of the bridge that he thought was going to say no. That's just not his personality. That ain't how he comes across. He's too egotistical. He would never let that happen. He was blindsided. And he's blindsided because I bet at 10 o'clock that night, she said, oh, baby, just thinking about you. Just wanted to tell you good night. And he said, okay, yeah. And now he put on this nice suit and goes on the bridge and got blindsided with a totally different version of it. Because it wasn't never that real as he thought it was from the get-go.
Yeah.
Happens.
I don't know. All I gotta know, I gotta find out. Okay, so Cam, if you had a side lady on the side, like is that the lady that's not carrying your babies? Because when we look forward to the reunion, it looks like we're gonna have to face Cam and find out whether or not he got a baby on the way with his lady. We gotta find out what's her name? Rose. I think Rose is having a relationship with someone from the cast, and we're going to find out who that is. And from the looks of the seating arrangement, doesn't look like any of the couples are together. The two couples, like Tae and Cisco, don't appear to be together, nor do Jay and Kiara seem to be together. It's a mess. It's a mess.
I believe that.
Why can't these people get together and stay together?
It's hard. This is Ready to Love.
No, I mean in real life, I think it's hard to think about it. Like we've had a couple of couples come out of this show. Camille and her guy from the Washington season. Of course, the couple that are on Love and Marriage DC that are together. What's the guy? The big guy.
Clifton and Joy.
Say again.
Mario Rivas together.
Clifton and Joy. And who'd you say, Ryan? Clifton and Joy.
Mario and Rivas still together.
Mario Rivas still together? Are they married or?
No, I think it's they.
But they're together long term.
Long term, yeah.
Okay, and also now they weren't on the same season, but our girl Sabrina and the older guy from DC, Walter. Yeah. Now, did they get married finally?
Yes.
Yeah, they're married.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, they're together. So I mean, just a few people, but I think that's like real life too, don't you think so, Ron?
Yeah, a little bit, but I mean, I think on this show, once you kind of then went to the end with somebody and stuff like that, I think at first you're making that commitment to say, hey, everybody already sees us on TV as a couple. We need to try to be a couple. So I think more than real life, you got a lot more pressure on you from the fans and everything else like that to keep the relationship going from the show. So it almost like that would make it easier, I would think, than in real life where you can have all your options and you can run wild and do whatever you want to. with nobody, holding anybody accountable. So yeah, I don't know why we don't have more long-term relationships with the show. But yeah, that's our track record.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think we'll be back next week. Ron, hopefully you'll be able to join us. I don't know. It's not like your girl gonna be in town, so we may not see you next week, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah. She'll be here all the way to Sunday. Yeah. I'll pop in. You can say hi.
Yeah, pop
You
in,
can say
pop
hi.
in.
She can say hi.
Yeah, I want to see her. Shoot, tell me your auntie wants to see her. Okay, I want to see her and say hi to her too. So look forward to you coming back. And JR, I know you're gonna be here Sunday next.
Absolutely. Going to be here and ready to review the show. Man, it's been a very interesting season. Yeah, but I have to say at a lot of points it was underwhelming. But I am definitely looking forward to the reunion from the clips that were shown. It does look like it's going to get fiery, so I want to know what happened after they started to do real life again, and who reached out to who. You had Fritz, you got Rose. That they've got relationships of some kind. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Right. All right. Well, tell the people, Ron, where they can find you. Okay, on the social media network or in panel platforms. Could you tell them where they can find you?
Yeah, I am Ron Freeman on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
I keep a lot of my activities up to date. So if you want to check in and see what's going on, I pretty much post everything I got going on and do with Trump.
Ron is always on a trip. He's always at a concert. He is always having a good time. I like Ron. He lives his life. He enjoys.
I do,
his life.
and like I said, it's people that follow the show. They'll chime in and be like, "Oh, what restaurant with that? Or where'd you go?" And I'll give them the whole itinerary. And this is worth doing. This is not worth doing. Don't go here. This event is cool, and really talk to people and let them know, my experience, so they don't waste their money doing stuff that's not fun or that they don't know the whole hidden costs and hidden price. There's a lot of different things. But I'm outside a lot, so a lot of people who don't get outside a lot, when they go out or go somewhere, they feel surprised. They're like, "Man, I didn't know the service is bad here. I didn't know like the this is so expensive or this was that." And I'm pretty much up to date with all that stuff, so I'll kind of give you the real story before you go there and waste your time and money.
Right. Yeah, somebody said to go to Africa. She's saying, I wonder if production staged that promo to make it appear that Cam has impregnated someone and that it's really not, it's someone else, right? Because we don't. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Kind of like when they don't say the person's name. But did you?
Yeah, it can show his facial.
Right.
It's been a year though. You know what I mean? So it could be for babies.
Right, and did you?
Happened to me.
Oh my. Oh. Okay. Did you catch somebody said, oh, wait a minute, who was it? Angie told Cam, now this was to Cam. She said, you know what? Just keep my name out your mouth. And she did say that to Cam, and Cam looked like he was surprised, but I want to find out what that's all about. Like, why? I thought they left on good terms with each other.
People don't understand, like when you see that last episode, up to the last episode before the reunion and things of that nature, nobody has seen the show. So you get a little smidget to watch the show before you go film the reunion. So they're seeing the show for the first time, when everybody's really saying about them behind the scenes in the green room and things of that nature. So yeah, some people come to reunion pissed because it's the first time they're hearing you say something to them about them on the show. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like, let's say like prime example with the and this is gonna be a thing in the reunion with the tall guy not feeling the fact that Rose's baby father was in jail.
Oh, she didn't know anything. Who said? Yeah. She's saying, go ahead. You're gonna say it. Go ahead.
She didn't know anything about that until the reunion because she ain't seen the show. So she didn't know he was in the back lobbying her to get kicked off. She's thinking it's somebody else.
Right.
She thinking like it was another reason. Now she's like, oh, that's what really happened. Okay. Okay, I got
something for you.
Yeah.
She's saying that he might have a little bit of a jail record himself.
Yeah. Now, what I didn't understand is, I mean, I could understand why she was upset, because if that, he did use that as the deal breaker, and that ultimately got her sent home.
Got her sent home. Yeah.
But I can, when she says, you had legal problems as well, like basically intimating that he's been inside too. So why would he have a problem with her baby father being incarcerated? Maybe he wants to change his life and not have any association with that.
Yeah, but she's already saying her son is 17. So how much association could he possibly have with her baby's father when he gets out of prison in 2 more years?
Anything that happens with regards to that child, whether it's a graduation celebration, whether it's a hospitalization, the father, you would be told about it, be notified, if he has any relationship with the child whatsoever. And we did do the math last week. If the guy's been incarcerated 6-7 years, then her child might have been like 10 or 12 when he was incarcerated. So was there a relationship up until that point? And if he does come out, whenever he does come out, does he want to have a large amount of communication with the child, which she says the child and the father still have, by the way. She did say that they still communicate by the telephone. But is there going to be more than that when he comes out? Because now he's not going to be in a cell. And if it goes left, will it be down to Rose to sort it out, or will she need the support of her partner to get through that too? So that's where he would fit in. He's a support for her when dealing with the child and the ex-partner.
That's true. You're right about
that. That kid is grown at 17. But you got to understand, in this new social media era, there's a thing where the men now are saying, hey, you're not going to have an ex-con as a baby daddy and think you're going to upgrade to me. That ain't how this works.
Oh, yeah. Really? Is that
you go find you another ex-con.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you find you somebody in jail. I'm not about to be your come up. Because you pick bad on your first time around. Is that Kevin Samuel media stuff that is feeding to a lot of the guys' heads, and a lot of them really feel that way.
Oh, wow. So that's kind of like if a woman already has a child, the guy is saying, well, no, I don't want to be with a woman that already has a child, because then I'm going to have to do XYZ for that child. I'm going to have to be the father. I'm going to have to pay. I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to do that. So is it like that?
The way, like, kind of what the child thing is who the father was. It's like, yo, you were dating ex-cons back then, and now that you done got older and stuff like that, I'm gonna be the simp that wipes you up, and you know what I mean? When you were picking
that
those type of guys
right there, that word right there, Ryan, simp. That is like out of every red pill man's mouth is everybody, every other man is a simp except for him. Like what?
No, I get it. And I don't agree with it, Aubrey, but it's real. These guys really feel that way, and they feel like if you were picking hood dudes at a young age, and that's what you was doing coming up, and then you got yourself together, and now you in your late 30s, and now you want a Russell Wilson? No. Go back to the hood dude. You ain't getting me now. They feel that type of stuff.
Ladies, you hear this is what the real thing is now. Because Ryan, one thing I may not agree with everything Ryan says, but I have full confidence that what he says is really trending. That he's got his finger on the pulse of it. What about you? You agree with that, JR?
I've seen it. I've seen it many times. How can you want a certain type of guy when you're used to dating the guys that you've dated type thing? A lot of guys don't want to be Mr. Cleanup Man for your current relationships. So, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, but that's funny though, because we started off this episode, this recap with the very idea that shouldn't even a person that's middle age be allowed to pursue their dreams? But now it's like we've come to the end of the road, and you guys are saying that guys are saying, well, because you made a poor choice, or a guy duped you, because it may not even be that you knew the choice that he was presenting one way and then he ended up being this other person and he gets himself in trouble and goes to prison. You guys are saying that women aren't allowed the same luxury of a guy that has got a deferred dream and still chasing it at 42, 43. Women don't still have that same choice.
It's even worse
definitely
than
not
that,
saying
Aubrey.
all of that. No, definitely not saying all of that. What I'm saying is, I mean, because the example you gave is of Cisco pursuing a career, which, as I said, he's obviously on the way to doing because he's managed to get some commercials. But
Yes.
if you're equating a woman's dream of having the perfect partner to that, it's not the same thing.
Okay.
This is how deep it is, Aubrey. This is how big the double standard is. As a man, I can go have a kid or had sex with a drug user, heroin stripper,
What?
and I'm forgiven for my past pick. And if you had a baby with a man as in that was a drug dealer or something that's in prison or stuff like that, you're not. I'm forgiven. And the reason is because people are going to say, okay, you were a man, you were just having sex. Hard for a man to have sex. You went in there, found a girl that's willing to have sex with you. You got her pregnant. You had sex. For a woman, you can have sex with anybody. So they're going to be like, yo, you were, it was your job to kind of feed the guy out and figure out what was going on. If that was a man that you really want to be with, like you have no problem turning men down now that you're older and wiser. Why you didn't do it then? What's really going on? So I'm as a man, I get the luxury of making mistakes with my penile object because of how difficult it is to have sex for men. As a woman, you don't get that luxury.
So we're back to the double standard, basically.
It's a double standard. I started saying it's a double standard.
Sure. Yeah, you're fair about that. You will admit that it is what it is, because that's clearly a double standard.
But it's not really a double standard. It's based on the ease of it is to have sex. Like I said, I can go out in the middle of the street butt naked and say, who wants to have sex? And nobody's going to show up in a million miles. You go up there, even at your age, it's going to be a line wrapped around 12 blocks.
You know what, saying, Ron? Hey. When I see you, I'm going to hug you and then I'm going to club you upside your head at my age. But you are exactly right. That's somebody. This is the weirdest thing. I have somebody that just took a shine to me, and like I'm literally like ready to like say that there's mild stalking going on with the situation. So you're right. Like women do have certain luxuries when it comes to that, but I still say this is wrong. What you guys are talking about is wrong for men to think like this. But you know what I feel like though too, Ron? And we can talk about this. We're going to talk about this at another time. But I really feel like it's a certain level of man that thinks this way, right? It's a man who has a scarcity mindset that thinks this way, right? Because a man that doesn't have a scarcity mindset is not locked into that type of thinking. That's how I feel. But anyway, we're going to get over to JR. JR, tell the people how they can find you, and we're going to close this out. But I've enjoyed this dialogue. I've enjoyed this conversation. It has been very enlightening. And now I do know that irons are still in play for you guys. Irons are still in play, and a nice set of iron trousers still looks good. But go ahead, JR. Tell the people where they can find you. You're on, JR. You got us muted.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, JRXTV on IG. You can find me on Life is Reality on YouTube. YouTube has the more dating, relationship review type content. IG is mainly health and fitness and things like that. But yeah, if you like the commentary, leave a like or leave some comments and we'll try and respond to the comments. And definitely subscribe because the reunion looks like it's going to be spicy.
Very spicy. Very spicy. Absolutely. Well, and I'm actually Aubrey. You know, you can always find me here on this channel. we're gonna be doing some new programs come October, I believe it is. I'll be putting some posts out about that, and you guys can tell me because I'm kind of torn between a couple of different things. So you guys can vote and let me know what shows you're most interested in.
Balloon.
And oh, pop the balloon! Is that what you're saying, Rod?
Yeah.
and you saying yeah, and look at this one over here. He's shaking his head like, oh heck no.
No, cancel
Well,
that
wait a
show.
minute. Oh, wait a minute. Which one? The
That's the new
YouTube?
wave.
Well, I know. Wait a minute, but listen, that's interesting. The YouTube pop the balloon or the Netflix pop the balloon, because you
Oh,
know
no,
those
not
people
Netflix.
so
Not Netflix. You gotta
yeah, the
go with the real
YouTube
one.
is more interesting, isn't it? The YouTube one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we gotta talk about
Especially these
that.
last group of ladies, they was dropping the ball like.
I just saw some highlights. They are now doing highlights on YouTube, and that is so funny. Like one lady came out, and I think every single man that was standing there popped their balloon. I'm like, what the? Mm-mm-mm. Hot mess. Hot mess. Bab says, that show is such. You talking about the one on YouTube, not the when they sold the rights and they put it up and they high glossed it and took it to Netflix, right? Right. But let me get back to this.
Off the balloon is really reality dating, though. It's really high.
Is that really how it is?
Yeah, because that's how quick these men are getting like turned down when they try to approach women or try to flirt with a woman when they're out and about in the streets. It's nah, he wasn't tall enough. I didn't like his outfit. He didn't have a look.
Is it really that bad? Oh my
Oh yeah,
God.
yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Very superficial.
Very superficial. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You guys, y'all don't get enough of this superficial dating. But in any case, we found out where we can find both JR and we found out where we can find Ron Freeman. I am Ron Freeman. And you know where you can find me, guys. Be sure to like this video. And as JR pointed out, be sure to leave us a comment. We'll get back with you. We read all of the comments here on this page. And with that being said, we're gonna shimmy and shake our way on out, guys. See you next time.